What's up, everybody? Welcome to the AEW Dynamite Watchalong. It is Wednesday, March 12th. It's your girl, Denise. Just a heads up to everybody, Reg is not here today. He is live at AEW Dynamite, which is in Fresno today. So Reg will not be joining me today. So it's unfortunate, but I'll be here hanging out. So hopefully I am more than enough entertainment for you all today. I'm basically going to be doing the whole night solo. So I hope we have a good time. And so I'll definitely be engaging even more with the chat since usually we do a whole lot of that like on Mondays and Fridays and all of that. So this is the time to blow up the chat because we're going to be having a good time today. Also, we are 2 minutes away from AEW actually beginning, so we will be getting to that in just a second. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and get started by giving some people some shout outs. Shout out to Hassan Terrell, who says, let's roll up for AEW Dynamite, especially because this is a fallout from AEW Revolution, which was a really strong pay-per-view. So I'm curious to see how AEW follows that up. We got Clown. I'm not gonna, I got stuck with the numbers. Clown, 13420, 13420. There you go. Unfortunately, Reg is not here, but he's having a good birthday or had a good birthday yesterday from what I hear. Clearly, the celebration is still going since he's at Dynamite. We got Terrence Sullivan, Ebony Prince, Doppelganger 399, Andrea Price, Mick Economics. It says, whose house? Denise's house. That's where we're all at right now. Well, at least virtually. We got Jeff White in here. What's up, Jeff? We got Walter Johnson, Raphael Smith. Thank you so much to Jaren G, who says, Darren here, who says, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button. Please do, guys. Always just like being here, engaging, sharing the stream definitely helps out a whole lot. So thank you so much to Darren for encouraging the chat. We got Matt Wright Keel. Good to see you, Matt. We got Henry Kiernan. We got Luis. We got Taylor Cannon. Who else do we got in here? Mike Centeni. Good to see you. He's officially on crutches for the next week. Sprained an ankle at work. Oh no, Mike. Damn. I hope that you don't have to be on crutches long. I don't know how long that kind of recovery is, but wishing you a speedy recovery, man. We got Tanisha Hicks. We got Eggsy Trek Jedi. We got Titanium Taxi. He says, was Revolution only available on Prime? They were also available like where they normally are, which is Triller TV, as well as pay-per-view and Johan Promotions. That's the one where you watch in the movie theater. And I believe that's about it. I think I got everything of where they're available. Let me queue up Dynamite. Sorry, guys. I just realized I'm not even on Dynamite. Hold on a second. I always kind of struggle finding Dynamite on here. Like, I wish Max was a little bit easier because it literally starts me off in the beginning instead of the most recent episode. So it makes it a little bit difficult to find. But Adam Cole, this is Collision. They kind of make it a little bit difficult. Hold on. There we go. Now I found it on the front page. Thank you. But they don't put it in the front page for like a minute of. All right, let me get. Oh, we're kicking off with Kenny Omega. We're starting off. I don't even know what's on the card today. Okay, I'm gonna have to look at that right now, but let me get the audio first going. Oops. Okay, I have the audio. By the way, hello to John, Mike, David, Gary, Chris, Luis, Matthew, Melissa, Luke. Let me know how the audio sounds right now. I just fixed the audio. If you guys hear the audio okay for Dynamite, let me know. You should be able to hear me and Dynamite. Okay, cool. Terrence says it sounds great. All right, nice. Zach, I don't see any super chats here from you. I don't know if did you send that on YouTube? Since I see you're on Twitch here, let me know and I'll double check for you. But actually, we got the super chat party started here with Sheldon Jackson. Thank you to Sheldon, who says, Can the Death Rider storyline just die because no one likes that bullshit story? Wow, Sheldon did not come to play today. He was like, I need everyone to know this. And I don't blame you guys. I really don't. If you feel the way that Sheldon does, I don't blame you, because this Revolution, he had one of like the weakest main events ever, and that was really the big conversation. Wow, Kenny just got roses from a fan. That's so sweet. He got roses and who knows what else. Kenny's fans are super devoted. Like, they love Kenny. Kenny's like one of the most loved wrestlers that I've like ever seen. One of course, there's plenty, but still. Anyway, so yeah, I feel like after what we saw at Revolution, I do not blame you whatsoever. We got Spend Big here who says, thanks for the watch along. You're the best. It's 3 in a row. Let's go. I know it's been hella busy. I'm hoping to be on tomorrow. I may or may not be doing a WWE 2K25 gaming stream tomorrow. Keep an eye out. I haven't fully decided yet. There are some things that I have to figure out still, because it's a little bit more complicated to stream video games. But I think I've got it pretty much figured out, so I'll keep you guys posted. But thank you so much to Spend Big for the super chat. All right, let's see what Kenny has to say. We also got Prince, Cage 22, Hot Shot. Thank you so much. Gadget Man, Rob, Desi.
So wild to me.
All right, let's see what Kenny says.
Before 2025, I was more than happy just to be able to stand in this ring and say, guys, I'm cleared. I can try doing this again.
But now he's gonna want more because he's champ.
But what's even more believable and what
so
makes
nice
me feel like
Kenny with a belt around his waist again.
It's
been a minute since we've seen that visual.
We're barely into the new year. Not only am I back with AEW, but thanks to the support of you fans, the support of our doctors, the support of someone who I never thought I'd be able to call a friend, Will Ospreay.
I still don't think that friendship's gonna last too long. I want to see them wrestle each other again.
Not only am I back, but I'm back with something that I never thought I might be able to hold ever again, and that's not just a title, a singles title.
Tezzy baby's like, Kenny didn't even get dressed. He's like, nah, I look good just with the championship bout. I'm good.
And
yeah, he's super relaxed today.
A whole slew of people that I need to thank for being here. There's one more person that I truly do need to thank, and it's going to sound a little controversial, but I'm going to thank you, Takeshita.
Gave him a hell of a match, man.
Thank you, Takeshita, because
I don't have a problem with that.
You pushed me harder at the pay-per-view than I ever could have pushed myself. And if it wasn't for you forcing me, dragging me back to that place where I needed to be to stand amongst the top of AEW, I wouldn't have this belt. I wouldn't be able to have this microphone and speak to you people. And Takeshita, there's one thing that you did aside from being a great champion, is that you made this belt a truly international champion. So when our boss,
I'm gonna ask for it, Reg, where he's sitting. Let's see if we can find him on camera.
The Dynasty Eliminator Tournament, I thought, gee, Tony, that's a great idea, because I want whoever has this belt to legitimately call themselves the best on the planet.
You know, we love a good tournament here in AEW.
I'm going to be paying close attention to who wins this belt.
Jay Grouse is like Red, just sitting with Mama Wayne. He wishes.
What walk of life you represent. I want to face the best. So as closely as you guys will be paying attention to this tournament, I will be watching even closer. And we're kicking things off tonight with a bang. So speaking of a bang, I must bid you all adieu. So good.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of the details yet on the tournament. Have any of that been released? Like who's in it or anything like that? I think I did see one thing, which was like Black Taurus versus somebody, but it was like a vacant or something. But I haven't seen, like, I'm telling you, I did not even look at today's card. I'm actually going to pull it up right now, see if AEW has it up on their Twitter account. I just went in here, like, not knowing anything. Oh, easy. Oh, there it is, answering my questions. Oh, Orange Cassidy, Etcetera, Wild Card versus Beast Mortos, Shibata versus Ricochet, Mark Briscoe versus Mark Davis. Okay, so that's the bracket. I think I'm probably the most interested in. Oh my God, guys, hold the phone. Hold the phone. I'm really excited about who the Beast Mortos is gonna be facing. I am most intrigued by that because I feel like whoever the Beast Mortos faces, that's going to be interesting because that's the wild card. Or Cody Santella says Orange Cassidy winning. I don't think so. I think whoever wins this tournament is going to be whoever that wild card is. Because looking at this bracket, in all honesty, watch, let me look at it again. Whoever wins this is going to go on to face Kenny at Dynasty. The biggest name here is probably Ricochet. Ricochet and Orange Cassidy are the two biggest names here. So it's either going to be Ricochet, Orange Cassidy, or the wild card. Those are the three options I'm thinking in terms of who faces Kenny Omega at Dynasty. So it's got to be someone, you know, with a big name. So I'm really excited about what they end up doing with that. And then
this Saturday on Collision.
Right now we're going to see what we're seeing the ops here. But also we're going to be seeing today Brian Cage and Jalisco versus Hologram and Powerhouse Hobbs, Penelope Ford versus Willow Nightingale. We'll hear from Will Ospreay, MJF, and Toni Storm. So it's a pretty stacked show.
And I know members of the Death Riders are the Trios champions, but I have to believe that given a chance that Joe Shibata and Hook,
we got everybody kind of filling around the same the same line here. Let's see, we got Mike Centeni who says wild card or Ricochet. Yeah, wild card, Ricochet, or Orange Cassidy.
Hesitancy on the side of the
those are the top three options for me.
Firm in the center of the ring.
Guys, you must be loving this. I know you
needed a midsection. And
thank you so much to Joe, by the way, who watched my interview with Stephanie. Joe, that's very nice of you. That interview is doing very, very well. I'm pretty proud of that interview. So thank you so much for checking that out. Thank you, Vin. He says purple's a great color on you, Denise. Thanks. I wear the sweater quite often, actually. It's my Grapsody sweater.
Looks dialed in. He's ready to go. But having mentors like Shibata and Joe is, you can't put money on that, man.
Exactly.
Who's next here? Come on, bring it to him.
Very simple but elegant move there by Hook as in comes Katsuyori Shibata. Big running boot, elbow strike, 2 for 1.
We got J Rock Dog who says Mortos has earned a push, would like to see him prevail. I would too, but I just know they're not going to go with Beast Mortos. I think at this point it's been pretty much established where they see Beast Mortos, and I don't necessarily think that they have prepared him enough, set him up enough to be the guy at the end of the day who's facing Kenny Omega. So unfortunately, as much as I love Beast Mortos, I don't think he's going to be the one in that spot. Thank you so much, Adrian. That really means a lot to me. Thank you very kindly for that.
Yeah, it doesn't take him long with that sleeper.
X Mulder says, please not Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy and Kenny Omega would have a really good match. They've wrestled each other in the past. And so I don't feel like that was very quick, by the way. The Ops getting the victory here, that was very, very fast. Which in a way, I'm kind of glad, though, because I wasn't too interested in this matchup. So I guess this is a good thing.
And speaking of which, let's hear from the man.
They kept it very, very brief here. Easy night for all three of them. All right, let's see what Ricochet has to say. Crazy ass Ricochet.
Just because I got screwed at Revolution does not mean that my quest for championship gold is over. No,
He's really running with this backwards cap bit.
And besides, I didn't want that ugly ass robe anyways.
Oh, now it's
I look
ugly.
up there and I see Kenny Omega holding the international championship, and it looks pretty, I gotta admit. But then I think, you know what would look even better? The international championship on my waist. You see, that is why I entered Dynasty's International Championship Eliminator Tournament.
You need something big coming off of that swerve feud. He did really good.
I know everything about you. I know what you're capable of. And
So
that is why I'm
Kenny
giving
would
you
be
the
a
option.
huge,
I'm doing you the favor, and I'm giving you the option,
huge
Shibata,
feud for
to
him.
give up, to quit, to forfeit. Do not show up on Collision this Saturday, or I'm afraid of what's going to happen. I'm afraid that you might not have your little translator app to tell the world that you got beat by the man who was destined to hold gold here in AEW. You see, it's still Ricochet's time. That's a promise.
Now we hadn't heard that in a minute.
Well, if we know one thing about Katsuyori Shibata,
Yeah, so in regards to Ricochet, if he was the guy to go up against Kenny Omega, that would probably be a really strong follow-up for him. Of course, he wouldn't be defeating Kenny Omega, but I know that he's been kind of taking a lot of losses with Swerve and all, but I'm like, bro, if you're going to go into Kenny Omega, if you're going to have a feud with Kenny Omega, I can definitely, I wouldn't mind taking an L to Kenny because, well, he's Kenny. So I do think that that could be a very strong possibility for Dynasty, and you know they would have a hell of a match. So again, I really do think that it'll be Ricochet versus Kenny, or Orange Cassidy versus Kenny, or Wild Card versus Kenny. Again, depending on who that Wild Card is. So we'll be seeing what ends up happening there. We also got another super chat here. Thank you so much to Grapple Geekery, who says, happy belated birthday to Reg over in Fresno. With 3, we'll hear from segments and Tony appearing too. Which one are you most looking forward to the most? Honestly, I'm most looking forward to what Toni Storm. It's weird because, like, I feel like the MJF one, we know his feud with Hangman Page is going to continue, so I'm not really anticipating it as much as the other ones, because with Will Ospreay and Toni Storm, we're not really sure what their next direction is going to be. Oh wow, next week they're going to run back John Moxley versus Adam Copeland. What? Why are we getting a rematch? What? Y'all saw this? Had this been announced already on Twitter? What?
Following Revolution this past Sunday night.
They didn't announce this, had they? Like, this is news, right? Shut the front door. All right, guys. I got to tweet this really quickly.
Swerve, congratulations on becoming the #1 contender for the AEW World Championship tonight at Revolution. Do you know when you want a challenge for the title?
As a matter of fact, I do. 1 year ago, I made history by becoming the first Black AEW World Champion in the main event of Dynasty in St. Louis. On April
That's
6th, coming up
wild,
in
guys.
Philadelphia. I'm
That's
going to do
so
it again for the
wild.
second time.
Dynasty, huh?
Oh, there's Cope.
Man, my neck is sore.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed, but I didn't lose tonight. So there's a chance by the time Dynasty rolls around, I could be the AEW World Champion. You're going to be facing me. And if it doesn't happen before then, and you do become the AEW World Champion, chances are then you're definitely going to be looking at me.
Good.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I would do, too.
I know it is.
Yeah.
Come on.
I can't believe they're running it back. Like, I know with the stipulation, sure, maybe it'll be a little bit more fun, but we didn't really have to, like, run this back at all. I'm actually a little surprised by the fact that they are doing that. I don't even know what to say, but hey, that's where we're at with what's going on. To get back to Grapple Geekery's question, Toni Storm and Will Ospreay are probably the ones I'm most excited to hear from, because I want to see what they are going to do next, right? Like, we still don't really know what the next direction for them is. Thank you so much, Grapple Geekery, for the support here. We got Chris Spires, who says, wonder what's next for Toni Storm. Exactly what I'm thinking. Like, let's pull up the AEW women's division roster here. Let's see. I feel like, okay, we don't know where Britt Baker has been at. We don't know what's been going on with Britt. Deanna could be fun. Let me see. Hell, maybe you should get some match with Harley Cameron. That could be a fun little thing. Jamie Hayter is still dealing with visa issues. I don't know when she's going to be back. We've talked about in the podcast, we talked about Megan Bane. I think Megan Bane could be like a really cool possibility. Let me see. Even Julia Hart, I think could be kind of cool. Eventually, we do got to get to Toni and Mercedes Moné. Don't think they're going to do it right away, but eventually that is something that we're going to want to see. And yeah, like Thunder Rosa would be cool. I wouldn't mind them doing something there. Willow Nightingale would be cool too, but Willow's a babyface, and so is Thunder actually, so maybe not. But those are just kind of some of the options of like who's available and what everybody's doing. So it looks like Megan Bane might be one of the strongest options there for Toni Storm, but we'll see. Thank you so much to Chris Spires for asking. We got a very generous super chat here from Sheldon Jackson. Sheldon, thank you for your generosity. He says, if you can, Denise, you should interview Eli Thesis and Gabriel Arrows, the Paria, two of the Ops opponents tonight. They're one of the top tag teams in Australia and are the current Melbourne City West Wrestling Tag Team Champions. Well, thank you for letting me know because I don't know much of anything about them at all. So I didn't even realize that they were a top tag team in Australia or anything like that. So that's really great to know. I'll make sure to do my due diligence and take a look at their stuff on YouTube. I imagine there's some stuff up there besides what we just saw right now. So thank you so much, Sheldon, for the super chat and for letting me know as well. I got to get myself familiar with them, though. Thank you, Sheldon. All right. And let me catch up with everybody here in the chat and see what everybody's saying here. We got another super chat from Moneymaker Chris. Thank you so much, Chris. He says, I saw the Queen of the Ring today. It was really good. Well, I'm so glad to hear you say that because I had heard supposedly that some people were saying that the film was not good and I haven't seen it yet, so I wasn't too sure. So hearing you say that you thought it was good is giving me a little bit of hope because I think I only saw like one article and the article was like saying it wasn't good. So we'll see. I'll make sure to check it out. All right, but we're back here on Dynamite.
I feel lucky, like I was given some kind of gift at Revolution. What they used to call you, man?
We got a John Moxley promo.
The world's greatest opportunist, something like that. You gotta appreciate the irony. Yeah.
Got Adrian here says they're probably having a rematch due to how poorly it did at Revolution. I think the plan was always to have a rematch. I don't understand why, but I'm pretty sure that that was always the plan.
Christian even had a chance to tie his boots. I underestimated Adam Copeland. I heard him. I knew I heard him. He was hurt. He didn't care. Glassy eyes, sucking wind, can't turn his head side to side, twitchy fingers, can't get his legs up underneath him. I know he was hurt and he didn't care. He just kept coming forward and coming forward and coming forward. Whatever Adam Copeland is made of, it is rare. And I can admire that. But you want to complain about the rules? Take the rules. Take disqualifications, take countouts, take whatever you want. Take the rules. Call it a street fight, call it whatever you want, whatever you think looks cool on a poster, Copeland.
Why? I was like, I don't think Adam Copeland did with the. I don't know, was he the one to pick the stipulation? Who picked the stipulation?
Measure twice, cut once.
So wild. I can't believe they're running this match back. It does have a chance though of being better than what we saw at Revolution, because again, it's a street fight. And their match in Brisbane wasn't that bad. The tag team match was actually kind of fun.
Climb step by step to the top of the mountain, no matter what avalanches befall him. There's a reason I'm the world champion. There are many differences.
Really? Where's the belt at, Mox?
And professionals. One of which, I never make the same mistake twice.
A can't miss Dynamite coming up.
That's
1 week
so
from
funny.
tonight.
I'm like, I kind of hope
versus
that the next
Hook, the
person who
street
feuds with
fight.
John Moxley
Taz,
calls him
very,
out
very
and is
dangerous
like,
match.
hey, bro, why the hell don't you show this damn title? You know? I know Edge kind of did a little bit, but then it got all mumbled in the words that he ended with last time. It was a little weird, but yeah. King of Strong Style says, how can they have a bad street fight? Denise is right. It should be better. It has to be. It has to be. Like, there's no way. And at least on the bright side, it's happening on Dynamite. So you're not going to be comparing it to great matches like Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher, or Kenny Omega and Konosuke Takeshita, or Toni Storm and Mariah May. So hopefully everything else next week is a little bit mid, so that match could look better. Oh, that's so bad. I can't even believe I said that. I take it back. But you know what I'm saying, though? It's like, I don't know what to say, guys. Come on, let's be real. But yeah, I do think it'll have the possibility to be a stronger match, especially with everything that the internet has been talking about the last few days in regards to John Moxley and Cope. I'm sure I don't think John Moxley is seeing any of it really I don't think he's like a social media kind of fella. He doesn't seem like he's active on social media. I don't ever think I've even seen him on like Twitter or anything. So I'm not even thinking he would be aware of that. Versus Adam Copeland, I think Adam Copeland might be a little bit more. I don't even think I see Adam Copeland online either. So I'm hoping someone is telling them, hey guys, your match is being roasted. Let's see. We got David Primero here who says Tony versus Thunder Rosa versus Deonna versus Harley. Hey, I'm here for it, David. I wouldn't hate this at all. Thank you for the suggestion and throwing it out there. All right, we got Speed Punk here who says, imagine being in a restaurant on someone's text alert sound is Ricochet's laugh. Every text. That would be terrible. Like, so terrible. Imagine that being your alarm when you wake up in the morning. I would wake up angry every single day if I had to wake up to that as an alarm. Also, Reg says he's the sitting opposite of Hard Cam. So we probably won't see Reg. He's not on TV side. Thank you, Speed Punk.
Not starting out the way, at least Hologram wanted.
Amir F says, no problem with them doing the rematch, but this is so funny to me. It is. It's like, hey guys, here's a do-over. Although I really truly think that this match, the street fight, was planned all along, because like from my understanding of like interviews that I've heard from Tony Khan and press conferences and things like that, I feel like Tony sticks to whatever it is he like decides. He sticks to it, and he seems to have like, you know, these stuff planned ahead of time. So he doesn't really strike me as somebody that often, you know, calls an audible or anything. He seems to stick to what he wants to stick to. So that's why I imagine that this was something that was already scheduled even before the actual Revolution matchup. I have a feeling this was planned all along. Why? I have no idea, but that's where we're at. Thank you, Amir F. Grapple Geekery says, didn't Cole and Jericho have a bad street fight? Bro, I don't even remember that, so that should probably tell you everything. I do not remember Adam Cole and Chris Jericho street fight at all. Like, legit, at all. Thank you, Grapple Geekery.
One of the best matches we've ever had on Collision.
Melissa Cabello says, Reg is hiding from you. Bro, for real. Oh, shit. Henry. Henry says it's Triple H, Hobbs, Hologram, and Harley. The fact that you're also sending this in is pretty funny, because we got quadruple H. Henry Hobbs, Hologram, and Harley in this little message here. Thanks, Henry.
Up to the outside, but
It's in trouble now. Hologram's in trouble. Big power by the machine. Press slam Jones.
away by Hologram. Great body control. Turning that power slam, press slam into Hurricane Rana, and now Hologram.
That was pretty cool. For a second there, I kind of worried that Brian Cage didn't have like a sturdy grip on him. but then he like got it, and I'm like, all right, he's got it. For a second there, I did panic a little bit. A split panic.
Well, that's the thing when you have that kind of size and power and experience.
Oh, come on. Now you're just belittling him. Mocking the dude.
Someone's speed against them, and that's what Brian did. Well, fans, the action in this tag team match continues live on TBS and streaming on Max.
When I work with my clients and they ask me questions, hey, what do you recommend? Do I go with wood? Do I
All
go
right,
with timber tech? It's always a no-brainer for me.
I was like, why do I have the commercials on? All right. Okay, let's see what else everyone is saying here in the chat. We got Taylor who says, Denise, do you like hoodies? Yes, especially during this time of year. I definitely do. They're comfortable. They keep you warm. It's all nice and good. Let's see what else we got. We got Steven Hollywood here who says, what? Adam Cole won by tricking Jericho outside so he could use his finisher. Oh, I do remember that, Steven. Because wasn't that the one where like all of Jericho's crew was like banned from the building and then they went outside? No, it was Adam Cole's crew. Someone was banned from the building, so they had to go outside, and that's how that played out. Okay, I do remember that. Thank you, Steven. I didn't. You have to be very, very specific with me, or else I won't remember stuff. But yes, I do remember that now. That was like what, 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. Yes, thank you for reminding me of that. Thank you, because I was not gonna remember at all, But yes, I do remember that whole moment. All right, let's see what else we got here. All right, someone's saying she's thinking about Roddy versus Jericho. I don't remember Roddy versus Jericho. Is that Roddy versus Jericho? No, that was Cole versus Jericho, right? All right. I guess I didn't care too much if I don't remember either or. All right, let's see what else we got here. We got Melissa Cabello who says it's still cold in California. It's 90 degrees in Laredo. It's currently where I live, 61 degrees. So it's pretty chilly. Kind of chilly. We also got Jordy Griffin in here. What's up, Jordy? Thank you so much for hopping in. Make Economics says that was the match with Roddy and they threw all the food in the concessions. So it was Roddy and Jericho where they did that. All I remember was someone was banned. Someone was banned and they went outside. That's what I remember. So bad. Make Economics, thank you. We got Anthony Hinsman. Thank you so much for tuning into the stream. We got Miss WWE Girl. Charles says, when is this rematch for Cope versus Mox? It's next Wednesday on Dynamite. And we got Dawn. Hey, Dawn. Dawn was at the show last night for NXT. Dawn says we've been having 60 degrees here in New York the past few days. Been nice. I can imagine. And also you got to attend a really good show yesterday. I had a great time covering NXT last night because every match delivered. It was a fun one. You got to see a historic moment with Stephanie Vaquer. So you got some good stuff, Dawn. Really good stuff there. All right, let's see what else we got here. We got Andres Guerra. Thank you so much, Andres, for tuning in. He says, it was in Austin, Texas. I was at that show. Thanks, Andres. Nice. All right, we are back on the show.
Dynamite, an opportunity for double payback for
we're back in this tag team match.
That is, if Hologram can ever get the tag to Hobbs, and look at this, the Beast Mortos.
Now Logan says, is Reg joining you for the post show? No, I'm riding solo today the entire night, guys. Reg is in Fresno for Dynamite. Oh my gosh. She's so funny. Oh, ooh la la.
This is wild. And remember, Mortos later on tonight faces the wild card entrant into the Dynasty.
Poor Black Dowders is so confused.
Oh, but Hologram.
I mean, Beast Mortos, my bad. Not used to the name change yet. Even though it's been like forever.
Yeah, a little bit of what we saw on Saturday between these two. Take a look at this.
We got Vipu who says Lisa will be joining her for the post show. I should do like a double window and just have like two me's. That would be pretty funny, actually. Don says, I'm still on a high from last night, hoping just like you that they come back again. Been commenting on all their socials that they need to come back soon. I love it. I do think they need to run theater at MSG again. It looked really, really good. And yes, Ben Big, Harley was mesmerizing him. He looked so conflicted. think you can tell he wanted some of Harley.
Hobbs not hiding his intentions. He wants Cage.
He's going to get him. Big man against big man. 2 men know each other quite well, like you mentioned earlier, Excalibur.
Meat!
Well, Fresno's
Meat!
all about
Oh.
all culture, for me to say. And farming and cows and bulls and horses. That's what we got here.
I
Two big
swear to
horses.
God,
This
seeing
double
Brian
matchup
Cage
here.
and Powerhouse Hobbs in the ring together
And now
literally look like
Powerhouse
2 action figures.
Power. Get him. Slam
They
the
look like
cover.
2 action figures just
But Cage able
having
to
a
fight
match.
shoulder up off the mat. Cage showing that toughness, that fortitude kicking out there. Oh, but Jalisco.
And Nick the Creator says, I'd certainly want to feel the wrath. Y'all are sickos.
Awfully brave
We
here.
got Terrence Sullivan who says, no bread, no water, just meat.
California, Oakland,
We
California.
got Marcus
native
Robinson
here.
Johnson who says, blame on
East
TBH.
Palo Alto, California. But right as he's taking those straps down, the thrust kick, German suplex combo.
And
Teamwork there.
Caspino says, Denise thoughts on TK and
Hologram
AEW
now
press
enters the
scrums
fray.
being
Pop
shorter.
top, drop kick.
Yeah, I was
Takes
pretty
Cage
surprised
off
by
his
that. I
feet,
saw
straight
that
up
they
missed
just
by
had
Jalisco.
TK and Swerve and Big Boom.
Step up, Rana.
I was kind of glad that I
Jalisco
skipped it,
down.
to be honest.
Hologram.
I skipped it and ended up like coming back to get things ready for the live show that we did the next morning. And then I also was able to go get some food with Reg and Alex, and that was nice. So I was very glad that I didn't go to the presser because it would have been like,
Oh my
didn't
God,
really
is he
seem
gonna
like too
try
much
this?
came out of it, and there weren't that many
Yes,
people that
with
talked.
with
So,
Hobbs,
Calvin, you know it.
you know,
Brian Cage is a machine. And Jalisco flying in. I'm not sure.
and Big
he got
says
all
sounded
that.
like there
I don't
was
think he
nobody
did.
there.
I don't
I
think he
didn't
got
even
much of
see
all,
it.
but
I didn't
think
even
Hobbs
see
is
the
feeling effect of that suplex.
the
Hobbs rolled out of the
scrums.
way on that.
But you
Jalisco
gotta,
stays
when it
right
comes
with
to
it,
LA,
at least for
there
the moment.
is far less wrestling media out here. There's more wrestling media out in the East Coast. So usually LA, it's really, I'm like one of the few wrestling media people out here.
As Brian Cage discus lariat takes Hobbs down. Big shot by the machine.
Yeah, Brian Cage has been absolutely amazing in this match, guys.
Yeah, all 4 men, to be honest. It's been a hell of a contest. As Cage. Oh! Cage didn't see Hologram coming in with the NC carry. Oh, good God.
On the hardest part of the ring.
Big spine right on the apron. Hologram ascends to the top.
Oh my gosh, what's Hologram gonna do? Oh, nice. I like little things like that.
Hologram. Talk about being innovative. There it was. Now Jalisco. Once again,
Hey, what's up, Ivan? He's also from California. What's up, man? Yeah, it's raining a little bit today, right? Did it rain earlier?
Tony,
I thought I heard rain earlier. I work from home and I haven't gone outside, so I thought I heard rain earlier, so I might have been right on
Hucks him
that.
up and over the turnbuckle. Jalisco. Now looking for a springboard.
This has been a fun match, by the way.
That's it.
Literally power versus speed. Oh, there you go, and power won. Powerhouse. Oh, I never get the P's right. I always add too many P's. Too many P's. Powerhouse. There you go. Powerhouse. It's 4 puz. In case anyone's counting. W. Stein says, I miss Hologram sister Harley Graham. So funny.
Harley Graham. And Hologram.
Speaking of Harley, I just posted a short on Instagram with Harley on it. For those of you guys who want to go show Harley some love, it's up right now on the Instagram channel, and she talks about having her match with Mercedes Moné, her dream match.
But fans right now, our colleague Alicia caught up with the dominant AEW World Tag Team Champions after Revolution.
I'm here trying to get a word with the Hurt Syndicate following their huge win tonight at AEW Revolution. Guys, just a moment of your time. Congratulations on tonight's win. What's next for the Hurt Syndicate?
You know, I just want to know whose ass we're going to beat next.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. My boys, the Hurt Syndicate. Nobody works harder. They're not even talking about time off. They want to know when's the next fight. Who do they get to beat next? And that's what I love about the dynamic we have. But because no one works harder than the Hurt Syndicate, nobody should play harder than the Syndicate. As the great
C.T. Fletcher once said, somebody's got to be the baddest. And as you guys have already proven by your second consecutive AEW Tag Team Championship title defense, you are the baddest. Now it's time to be the chillest. We're in sunny Southern California. Malibu's about an hour that way. Vegas is a little while that way.
Bruh, Fresno is not 1 hour away from Malibu.
Listen, I want you guys to
No
enjoy
way. There's got to be way more time
some
between that.
fun, some beautiful ladies. Take a week off.
Let me double
We'll
check.
get back to business next week. Don't worry about coming to TV. I got that covered. Go enjoy yourself. Take some time off. Enjoy yourself.
Bro, it's 3 hours and 40 minutes.
Whole no gym thing. It's still our set, brother.
Literally, it's a almost 4-hour drive.
That's what I'm talking about. The Hurt Syndicate is the most
I'm like, ain't no
dominant
way Fresno's an hour
faction
away
in
from Malibu.
professional
What is
wrestling
MVP
today.
talking about?
Cowboys don't want time off. They want to fight more. They want to do what they do better than anyone on the planet. They want to hurt people.
I didn't even hear that promo. I was blown away by that.
Shelton Benjamin, but they
Like,
were
there's
the
no
only
way.
champions that retained their titles last Sunday at Revolution.
That's because like MVP does not know LA. No, he does not. I was like, what? Dominic Carranza's like Fresno's closer to Sacramento than Malibu. Literally, that's how I was like, wait a minute.
August 27th, 2023,
That's
AEW
so funny.
All In production began on a new motion
Oh,
picture.
let's see what we got here for Tony.
Chin up, tits out, and watch for the shoe.
Timeless Toni Storm becomes 3-time AEW Women's World Champion.
Miss Storm, I'm Mariah May. I just signed with AEW.
Oh, I love these flashbacks.
Is there any better example of loving our species than Mariah May and Toni Storm?
Mariah May! You
Oh.
said you loved me!
I love Toni Storm. She gave me everything I ever wanted.
Let me introduce you to the woman from hell.
All Elite Wrestling is all about Mariah.
This is such a good video.
Mariah May! You may be the woman from hell, but you came from my womb.
And I will shove you back up there and spit you out! For I am timeless, timeless, timeless Toni Storm!
Oh my God! It happened! We got a new champion! Former champion getting a jump on the timeless one.
Look what you made me do!
Oh, wait a second. Oh, no!
I sentence you to a lifetime of mediocrity.
That was so good. Oh, I haven't watched the TV footage of this.
This is the third match in the trilogy between two women who at one time were inseparable. These are two of the biggest stars in all.
Oh, that moment when she revealed the shoe was so intense at Revolution.
As torrid as Chinatown.
Damn, I'm kind of sad the story's over. I'm sort of mourning this feud now.
I see myself in you, and I love me.
These two women have redefined the women's division here in AEW.
I'm kind of sad that it's over. That was beautiful, by the way. When they closed it out with the end credits. Oh, that was such a good touch. Such a good touch. Oh, I'm so sad. I don't want it to end. Oh my gosh. Desi Baby says that's when you know it's good, right? Dawn the Visionary says this was cinema literally. We got Dawn who also says great editing. Marcus Robinson says top 3 AEW feud. Vasco says love this promo package. We got Cody Santello who says Toni is funny. Hell yeah. Let's see what she says.
With stitches in my lip, staples in my head. And glass in my ass, I stand before you to tell you that this tramp is still the champ.
Oh, she rhymed it. Tramp, champ.
Sunday at Revolution, it was my Hollywood ending. And a chunk of my heart will be gone forever. But when I look at this, it was well worth it. And now it's time for a new beginning.
Not ready for a new beginning.
It is my honor to be your AEW Women's World Champion. Because this is the most talented locker room in all of professional wrestling.
Yes, that is a fake birthmark
we
for
have
those
so
asking.
many
A
different
very
champions.
exaggerated one.
The other world title was in a bloody briefcase. We have forever champions. We have belt collectors.
Ooh, Mercedes. Yeah, let it sink
But
in.
when
Let
you
it sink
fight with
in.
me, it's like visiting the zoo. Because I bleed like a pig, I lick like a
He does
giraffe,
bleed
and
a
I
whole
will
lot.
eat you like a lion.
He licks like a giraffe. That's pretty great. I lick like a giraffe. Have you seen the way giraffes lick? Crazy ass tongues.
But I promise you'll never hear me meow, because I promise that I am no pussy. Nobody swings like Toni Storm, so ladies, put your keys in the bowl and let's get this orgy started.
Oh, what? Can you say orgy on television?
It will be messy and it will be sweaty, but it will always be timeless.
Wow, put your keys in the bowl.
Amazing.
I definitely don't think that's PG. Definitely not. There's probably some kid out there right now going, Mom, Dad, oh, there you go. Megan Bane. Megan Bane just attacked Tony. And it looks like she is next in line
She
for
put the offer out
Tony.
there. Tony said 3 keys in the bowl.
Right, and Megan
That's the
Bane
new
is
beginning right there.
undefeated in the AEW.
Wow, Megan Bane making a statement here at the expense of Toni Storm.
Yeah, there's probably little kids right now
Problem
going
solved.
like, Mom, Dad, what's an orgy? So bad. Oh man, that's hilarious. We got Miss WWE Girl too, who says not PG at all. Ain't no way. All right, let's see what else we got here. Everyone's saying gold. We got Mike Centeni saying gold. We got Rody Soto saying Tony's carrying the company at the moment. The reactions that she is getting when she goes out there, I mean, people are just loving her. Her character's so unique and she plays it so well. And honestly, the way that Toni does her voice and the accent and the way she speaks, I can't even do it. But the way that she speaks, I could literally hear her talk about anything. She could read me a menu and I would be listening to her read the menu very, very intensely because the dramatics of it all is just very, very intriguing. So love to see it. We got Maxwell here who says, what a performance. We got DJ sending clap emojis. Yes, we definitely did get some swinger references for sure. Sick Boy says Denise is too pure for this promo. Yo, like I said, I don't know how orgy is not a word you often hear being used in promos, okay? So I don't know what to say about that. Anyways, let's see what else we got here. King of Strong Style says a little too soon for my liking, but here we go. Well, we have to get to something, guys. Toni Storm is hot. You don't want her to cool off, and right now that she's hot, she can give the rub to someone that they're probably going to be trying to build in Megan Bane. So I hope that they dedicate the next a few months into really building Megan Bane as a heel and really make her into something special on the show. I hope that's what they do. So let's see how this plays out with her and Toni Storm. But this will be fun because, like King Mango Gang says here, it's Wonder Woman. It's literally going to be this Hollywood starlet versus Wonder Woman is what we're essentially getting with this Megan Bane story. Dominic Carranza says also, Denise, that was the perfect time for the ad read. Damn it, you're so right. But I think I've talked too much now, and I won't have enough time to play the ad. So I'll have to play it later on because I do got some ads today. Marcus Robinson Jr. is like, Mom, what does swinging mean? When you go and you swing on the swings, sweetie. That's an easy one. How do you say what's an orgy? I don't even know what lie I would make up. I would have to make up something really, really stupid. It's when you really like oranges, sweetie. That's my answer. What? All right, let's see what we got here. We got Winston who says, let's go. That's a fire matchup. Let's see. Stuart Bridgman says, Dad says fun. Mom says, shut up, Dad. Greg too says the orgy is a friendly get together. I wouldn't explain it like that because then it's like your kid's gonna grow up being like, oh yeah, hey, let me go. You want to join an orgy? Sure. I want to get to a friendly get together. Sure. Oh, here we go, guys. It's time for the match to find out who the wild card is. Here we go. This is it. Let's see who we got. There you go. You can say orgy as a band. Wally, are you a parent? Because you had a really good response. I'm going to steal that. In case my future children ever ask me. I will have an answer. It's a band, sweetheart.
Absolutely. Face the wild card and the winner of later match, Orange Cassidy and Hechicero, coming up tonight.
And his opponent.
Everyone's already yelling speedball. So is it speedball? Sounds like it. It's the theme song. Funky. And yes, it is, guys. Speedball, Mike Bailey. Here in AEW. Here we fucking go, dude. It's about to speed the F up. Oh my God, Speedball versus Beast Mortos? Bro, my heart might explode.
For the Beast Mortos. Don't let that baby face of Mike Bailey fool you. He's a 4th-degree black belt in Taekwondo. A hugely accomplished professional wrestler giving a high five with his foot. Yeah, great flexibility in that.
I'm so excited for this match. I am so excited for this match. I'm so excited for this match. I haven't been this excited about something since. Well, actually, I get pretty excited very often. All right, let me shut up. This match may be a Denise. This is a Denise match right here. Come on, let's have a good one. Let's go.
Like you said, we mentioned right on Collision a couple of weeks ago that he would be arriving, and now a chance if he can move on.
Robert says Reg is missing out. No, he's at the show. He's probably got a really good seat too. I'm sure he's having the time of his life.
Win away from facing Kenny Omega at Dynasty coming up on Sunday, April 6th, live from Philadelphia. As Mike Bailey
about to kick freaking Beast Mortals like 20,000 times.
I don't think Mortos been to many dojos and gets it, but
there we go. 3. Already 3. Like one per half a second. Oh, he's like, nah.
Yeah, heavy hitter. Tony, I've had that.
You got me with the kicks, but I got you with the damn
Bailey matches. Made of Montreal, Quebec, Canada. He's competed, as you mentioned, extensively in the United States, Canada, Japan as well, both for DDT. He's got a long history with Konosuke Takeshita.
Yes, good start already.
As well as
told you, Denise match.
Making it to the semifinals of the Best of the Super Junior Tournament 2023. And now Speedball. Look at these rapid fire kicks. Rocking the head of Mortos. Who
poor Beast Mortos.
Dazed, falls out of the ring.
Like, what day is it? Who am I? Where am I?
When you have that kind of martial arts background, a Taekwondo background like this man does, it's going to level the playing field.
Yeah, Beast Mortos did the right thing, Taz, by getting out of the ring and Bailey tried to meet him outside.
Wow.
Got him.
Shoulder block. And you saw there, not only is Speedball Mike Bailey using that extensive Taekwondo background, Taz, but he's a fearless high flyer as well.
No, he is. He's well-rounded. That's just a pro wrestler, meaning Speedball. But right now, you're dealing with a guy with a massive size advantage on you, so you got to try to get back on your feet. But Speedball's on the outside. He's not even in the ring yet.
And Taz, when we take those type of shoulder tackles on the outside, your head bounces off the mat. Takes a moment to collect yourself, and Mortos barely giving Speedball any time to do so.
Yeah, the thing is, like Bailey, he's wrestling, he wrestles. Oh, nice block there. He wrestles barefoot besides those kick pads. Got like Beast Mortos, he'll bite your big toe off. That'd be kind of gross.
Yeah, and probably swallow it.
Okay. Bailey using those chops to back Mortos up to the barricade, the kick to the chest. You see those kicks, despite the size disparity, those kicks of Bailey, very, very effective.
Absolutely. And, again, speaking on the fact that he wrestles barefoot, yeah, it's dangerous for an ankle, Achilles, your toes and everything, but with his martial arts background, he's used to competing barefoot, so your feet get calloused.
These Mortos just went over the freaking rope.
Believe it or not, much more comfortable.
Yeah. Adrenaline was too much. Oh, nice. I swear. Speedball does things like it's nothing. Like it's nothing. All right, we're on a commercial break. Oh, I forgot we have to have commercials. Boo. Boo. Hey, commercials. Mike T90K is like, damn, Denise, can you blink once? No, you can't. Like, literally, you blink and you'll miss at least 20 kicks during that time. All right, let me go ahead and get into, we have some super chats here. Yay. Let me see, where did I leave off on? Oh, here we go. Mike T90K. Thank you so much, Mike. He says, Mox Cope had a WWE style match on an AEW pay-per-view. AEW's on a different level. Can't do that. Which pay-per-view was better in person, Elimination Chamber or Revolution? They were two totally different shows. Like, every time people tell me to compare the shows, I set things, when I go to AEW shows, I set them for AEW standards. When I go to WWE, I set them for WWE standards. Two totally different types of presenting certain matches and presenting certain stories and presenting certain feuds. And that was a big topic, this whole weekend. People were like, this steel cage match was better. No, this steel cage match was better. And I'm like, dude, they were both great in really, really different ways. I feel like everyone wants to compare everything WWE and AEW related. But I truly feel like they are presenting two totally different products. And again, I have different expectations from both promotions. I had an amazing time watching Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay just go at it in a manner at which it was just incredible to see what their bodies can do. And I mean, that moment when Will Ospreay did the Spanish fly off the top of the cage, I'd said so in the review. I was praying during that moment. I was like, please don't die. Just don't die. And then with Seth Rollins and CM Punk, like they told a very fun story there. They've had a crazy hell of a feud. Seeing Roman Reigns come out and attack them both, that got you very excited for WrestleMania. So like, even the way that I'm describing the matches, it's two totally different ways to describe it. Because I think for me, I really like CM Punk and Seth based off of the story, and with specifically with the story of the match, and then specifically with Kyle and Will, it was just like the wrestling in it was just spectacular. So again, two very different matches. And when I was seeing everybody be like, oh wow, this one was better because of this one was better because of that, and this one sucked because of this, I'm like, what? You could like both matches from both companies and not have it be the end of the world. Like, you can like both things and not shade the other one. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to talk shit about one thing just to put over another thing. But that's how I feel. Anyways, thank you so much, Mike T90K, for the super chat and for the question. Got me going here, Mike. All right, and we're back here on the show. Let's go.
The AEW International Championship Eliminator Tournament has been revealed.
I'll catch up the rest of the super chat.
Mike Bailey making his AEW debut against tough opposition in the Beast, Mortos, and Taz. We saw some intense action during the break.
Absolutely extreme physicality for sure.
Yep, 1990 says it's a great time to watch wrestling. Indeed. All right, here we go. Let's see
Speedball, we
what
might
we
have
get
Beast
from
Mortos
this.
lined up here.
Speedball, the running shooting star press, the far leg hook, the cover.
Ah,
is
shit, I missed the running
Mortos.
shooting star
Able to
press.
kick out.
I
But we
turned for
talked
1
about
second,
what a fearless
and I
high
missed
flyer
the
Mike
running
Bailey
shooting
is.
star
He
press.
likes that ultimate weapon. It's a
I hate
shooting
myself
star
now.
knee drop off the middle rope. If he hits that on Mortos tonight, I think Bailey advances to the four-way match next week.
And I agree with that. He just has to get Mortos to a prone position to where he has time to hit that. And it looks like Speedball's going to take flight once again. Fans want to see it. They're standing up here.
Yeah, Mortos did a good job of keeping himself out of range of that crescent kick, but not
Poor
out of that
Beast
pump kick for
Mortos.
Bailey. As Speedball from the middle.
But yeah, this match is making Mike Bailey look like a zillion bucks.
You know, improvising that time by Speedball, he was going to hit the ropes, and then he saw where Beast Mortos was on the apron of the ring, so the pump kick, and then he went up top.
That's Go says, you don't have to like Sprite and talk ish about 7-Up.
Literally on the fly like
You
that.
can like
That's
Pepsi
exactly what
and
Speedball did.
Remember,
Coca-Cola.
the second tournament match is
That's
still to
funny.
come later on tonight. The mad scientist of the ring.
I like hot
Hechicero
Cheetos and hot Cheetos with
takes on
lemon.
freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy, two-time former AEW International Champion. Still to come tonight, but right now,
Oh, man.
Bailey.
Oh.
Liger bomb on the corner. 2, and Mortos kicking out.
Wow, that was with authority. Impressive power by Mike Bailey. Mike Bailey right there. Now he's up to the top here.
Could be it. We were talking about Excalibur. Got him down, like we said.
Bailey up to the top. Shooting star press, no. Mortos
Lands on
moving
his
inward. Bailey gets popped up onto the shoulders and the crucifix.
Gotta get him.
1, 2. Bailey, though, kicking out.
Yeah, I'm like, there's no way Mike Bailey's losing in his
toughness to kick out
match
there.
here.
Yeah, it wasn't a crucifix bomb. It was actually the pop-up Samoan drop that Mortos uses. You see Bailey almost course correcting in midair, but then Mortos saw him coming in, and now we see the pop-up Samoan drop, devastating for Mike Bailey.
Wow, see, Speedball realized Mortis was up to something. He went there, shut him down. Now what? What can he do from here? Speedball kind of has
I
the
agree. And
offensive
Caspito
advantage.
says, when did this beast get his
It
big
looks like
W?
he
I don't
was
know,
trying
bro. I've
for
been
a
calling for
superplex, not
Beast Mortos
sure,
to
but
get a big win for
now
a
he's
long
in trouble.
time, but
Definitely in trouble.
the writing's
He was
on the
upturned.
wall of how they
Yes,
use
to the
Beast
power and
Mortos.
size of Beast Mortis.
Have they ever?
Woo!
Oh, my God. Get a massive press slam off the top. 2, no!
He's usually in there to help other guys look really good. Because he's the guy that you can do, like, for example, these kinds of
You see
matches with.
tremendous amount of frustration coming out of Beast Mortos after this, Tony.
Yeah, just again, like Taz said, give Mike Bailey a lot of credit getting out of that. Oh,
Henry Inc. says you can like McDonald's and
Big
Jack in
Beast.
the Box.
He's sitting, waiting for Speedball. He's lining them up here.
Mortos looking for that discus lariat. Bailey, though,
Nice overhook there. Version of a wizard.
catches the arm. Now chops to the chest of Mortos. And, oh!
You guys know how I feel about headbutts. I love me a good
Bailey had
headbutt.
that mouthpiece in here. He'd be missing a couple teeth, but right now, up in the grip, the back breaker by Mortos. And there's the discus lariat, Mortos. Is he going to advance to next week in the four-way match?
Beast Mortis wrestling a hell of a match here.
Oh, counter. Bailey reverses. 2. No, Mortos. The tilt, the reversal. And Bailey, though.
Oh, we might have knocked him out.
The kick is focused. And Bailey, the knee drop.
Nice.
there it is.
That's not the ultimate weapon. Usually off the second rope. That one's just a moonsault knee drop. Enough to stun Mortos.
Speedball's conditioning is insane. Oh, that was beautiful. Beautifully executed. I'm sorry, Beast Mortos. I knew you were going to lose, but damn, what a good performance. A really good performance. A hell of a performance for Mike Bailey here. A hell of a performance.
Has punched his ticket to the
There's so many fun potential matchups there.
and putting him
All right, so it's gonna be probably, let me see. Oh God, I'm too slow. I'm like trying to explain the chart, but they moved the chart out of the way. So he's in it now. Let me pull up the graphic here.
Christian Cage, this Sunday at Revolution, you signed and executed your contract for a championship match. You did this during the main event, during the world title match, into a three-way matchup. Why did you think that that was the time to do that?
You're related to John Moxley. I refuse to speak to anybody that's related to John
Finally,
Moxley.
someone calls it out.
Finally. In history.
If you could just elaborate on...
If you could just take a hint, I realize you're blonde and not very smart, that I do not want you here. Get the hell out of my sight.
I mean, finally someone acknowledged that Renee and John are married.
I'm going to make it perfectly clear. I am still the reigning, defending, undisputed next AEW World Champion, and I demand my contract be returned to me.
Oh God, no! Get out of here!
The
No,
incompetence of that
no,
referee is unbelievable.
no.
When I handed that contract to him and I signed it, I specifically said it was for a one-on-one championship match against Cope. He turned it into a three-way match without me knowing. So I was not expecting John Moxley to grab me in an illegal chokehold. But be that as it may, I did not tap out. And I damn sure did not pass out. I was simply relegating my breathing, getting ready to turn the hold around. That's what I was doing. I should be standing here right now just making excuses.
Oh, Nick Wayne fighting back, fighting Daddy back? What?
Excuses. You're lying. You're lying to yourself. You're lying to these people. You lied to us. Do you not remember the original plan? Maybe if you stuck with the plan, you would be AEW World Champion right now.
There was a plan?
So not only do you owe all of us an explanation, I think you owe us an apology.
All right. I'm sorry it's come to this, Nick.
Hey!
What?
Oh, Shayna,
You
you
got
better
something to say?
defend your son, not like
Say it.
last time when you didn't.
But just know that when you do, you'll be back working the midnight shift at Waffle House. Say it. Who are you to question me and my tactics and what I decide to do? Let me ask you a question.
Shayna,
How many world titles have you ever won?
don't let him talk to your son that way.
Let me ask
Gross.
you another question, Nick. How many world titles did your biological father ever win?
Oh, hell
Thank
no.
your lucky stars that I found you. Because you could have ended up like a loser, like your father. A coward that died in front of your mother's face. Something that would never happen to me. I'm not a coward. Are you questioning me? You don't think I'm good enough, Nick? Is that what it is? I am going to be the AEW World Champion if it's the last thing I do on this earth. So I'd suggest you shut your mouth and keep riding my coattails. Because the next time we have this conversation will be the last time.
Oh, wow. He's really nose to nose with him. Damn. It's a little too close for my liking. Nick, you got to do something. Shayna, don't be that woman. No. You fight back. You argue back.
Crybaby Christian Cage. It's not a dream.
Am I the only one here who's upset by this?
AEW World Championship. But fans, let's
I hate
it.
it. Nick needs to fight back, and so does Shayna.
To catch up with Maxwell Jacob
Oh
Friedman,
my
MJF.
God. King of Strong and Style says this just got me invested in Christian again. I was invested, like, damn, some real evil stepdaddy vibes, you know? Some of us are probably getting flashbacks right now. We're like, what? Wild. Wow, Max looks really like, that lighting is nuts. Wait, was that Lexi?
Well, obviously MJF very emotional.
All right, let's see what else we got here. Marcus has 7 years of bad luck for MJF. Oh, he did break a mirror. We got Two Linux here. Two Linux here who says that was unexpectedly intense. Ben Big says, I got flashbacks. Dad, I love you. Mike says, Tony says, Reg screaming in the crowd, I got you, Mama Wayne. Yeah, Reg is ready to step in and be a stepdaddy. He's like, I got you. I'll be a better daddy to Nick Wayne. Shayna, girl, I will never treat you that way. Reg out there professing his love to Shayna.
I get it. I understand it. Cut my music. Cut my
Clear
music.
Did we just see Nick Wayne's balls drop? They better. Don't let no one talk about his father like that. Ash Nicole, I agree with you saying Shayna needs to step in. Fact. Because there's nothing to me worse than like seeing a parent stand by the side when another parent
have a splitting headache.
is not treating a child well, especially a non-biological one. Drives me nuts when I see that. So this storyline, it's getting
what
things
hurts
going.
the most is the fact that I know it. All you stupid schmucks watching at home know it. All you dumb, ignorant losers in this podunk town knows it.
Ken Big says Reg would have protected Mother Wayne. I'm gonna text him and let him know he needs to step in. Yeah, let me tell Reg.
But your cowardly cowboy decided to cheap shot me just like he did back in 2019 and get a fluke victory. Congrats, Hangman.
But gotta step in as stepdaddy now for Nick. That's what I just texted Reg. I need an eyelash in my eye.
They can chant your name all they want, cowboy, because I'm not upset anymore, and I'll tell you why. I've thought long and hard about it, and the fact of the matter is, Hangman, I am 10 times smarter than you and all your stupid, ignorant fans ever will be. I think 10 steps ahead of each and every single one of you.
Reg says, quote, I'm a fight Christian.
So heed these words. This thing between me
I'm gonna
and
put
you,
run in.
it ain't over, boy. Not by a long shot.
Here we go. It's everyone's favorite cowboy.
Wait a second. I heard MVP gave Bobby Lashley in the night Benjamin the week off, but taking champs the night off, but it doesn't include MVP. Yeah.
Oh, it's MVP. Never mind. Never mind. I misread the song. I thought it was Hangman. I just heard the thung. I'm like, Hangman's coming out. Wrong theme song. Wrong theme song. My bad. My bad.
Correct. Maybe that's what this is. Who knows? Maybe not.
Wait, what? MVP. What's he doing out there? What?
I think even MJF's a little perplexed, surprised by this here. I mean, I think everybody is. Remember Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin. I hope
Water went down the wrong pipe.
I'm not just saying that because I'm afraid of it.
What is happening here? This is not what I was expecting. We hurt people. We hurt people. That's too fun to sing. We tan people. Wild. Yeah, MJF's got the big time fan going.
MJF.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh, there's some tension here. What's going to go down? And then they hug. What?
Obviously, I've been doing magnificently well, but I came out here to talk to you. I got a few things I want to tell you. No, I'm proud of them.
MJF has the Adam Cole tan today.
Look, no, listen, look.
I think he went to Adam Cole's tanning guy.
18-year-old kid I met, what was that, 8 years ago now? Yeah. They don't know about that, right? Can I tell you guys about my history with Maxwell Jacob Friedman? Good, I'm glad you want to hear it because I'm going to tell you anyway. When young Maxwell Jacob Friedman was 18 years old,
He once volunteered to drive me to a documentary film about HR from Bad Brains. I was in Philly. It was in Asbury Park. It was the whole thing. But he, MJF, volunteered to drive me for the low price of being able to sit next to me and ask questions about the professional wrestling business.
All right. That's cool.
And what impressed me wasn't that he was asking questions. It was the questions that he asked. His intelligence early on showed me that this was a kid to be reckoned with and that I would see him around. And then not long after that, what was it? It was an indie company in South Florida where we got to meet again. And on such a small stage, I saw that you had, what do you guys say nowadays? Huge aura. I knew then that you were going to be a star. That's why I was so eager to work with you. That's why I was so happy to share my knowledge with you, because you had a certain intuition and temerity that you can't teach. But what I love about it is you told me back then that one day you would be a heavyweight main event world champion. And you, my friend, did everything you said you were going to do. And it's for that reason that I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I was going to say MJF made a massive name for himself.
What I am not
Definitely
proud
right
of,
on that.
and what I know you can't possibly be proud of.
Il Ego says MJF's origin story.
Sunday.
Yeah. Lucha says you can't.
What are you doing, man?
That.
Why are you out here talking to these people about what happened? Some would say
That's good, Mike.
whining to
We
these
heart
people
purple.
about what happened to you on Sunday. Max, how come you're not angry? How come you're not kicking people? How come you're not smashing things, punching people in the face? Max, how come you're not hurting people? You see,
where is this
I know the
going?
answer to that
Is
question. The answer
MJF gonna
you
team up with the
have
Herb
lost your
Syndicate?
edge. You.
Oh, he
The
lost
boys in
his
the back,
edge.
look how they treat you. Look how they talk. They don't respect you anymore.
You can argue
man.
that.
And even worse,
You might be onto something.
they don't fear you. But you know who they do fear?
Why do I feel like he's offering MJF and the Hurt Syndicate to have some sort of alliance?
They fear the Hurt Syndicate.
Doesn't that's what it feels like?
And
Like they
that,
might form
my
some sort
friend,
of alliance.
is what you were missing. See, I was able to help you once a long time ago, and perhaps, just perhaps, I
Oh,
might be able to
see,
help
there he
you
goes.
again.
He's taking out the card.
You see, when I first showed up here, when I was handing out this card, it was more a matter of me trying to introduce myself to people. But that's changed because now everybody understands that where MVP and the Hurt Syndicate go, championships go as well. This card is not just a business card, it's a golden ticket. It's an opportunity to change your career. So maybe young Maxwell Jacob Friedman, it's time for you and I to talk some business.
Hey, that's interesting. Oh, okay.
With all due respect, as you know, it is a very short list of people that I do respect in this sport, and you're one of them. However, I'm not the same bright-eyed, bushy-tailed kid I was all those years ago.
Oh, he's gonna have to fight
With
for
all
it.
due respect,
Oh, I
don't
just
need
realized
your
we're
help,
both
and I
wearing
damn sure
purple.
don't need your advice.
Is that why you said we heart purple, Mike?
I'm MJF, and whether these morons want to hear it or not, I was
See, like
the
they're already
world
coordinating.
champion for 406 consecutive days.
Focus on the word was.
I felt that coming. That's what she said. So, chat, should he join? Should they align? What's going on?
yes.
Is this a yes or a no?
Make the same offer twice, Taz.
It's
No.
it's
No,
it's
he's not gonna
different.
waste his time, MVP.
Very, very different. It's not the direction I was not the direction I would have predicted.
Certainly a lot
But
to mull over
it's
for that
interesting.
man.
Can't complain.
Yeah.
They have me intrigued. Okay, let's see what people are saying. I'm seeing a little bit of some difference of opinions here. Mike says yes, lol, and you are, and so am I. Hey, everybody woke up today and was like, I'm gonna wear purple. Me, you, MJF, MVP, we're all feeling purple today. King of Strong Style is suggesting maybe some reverse psychology. Sven Big says Reg would not approve. Let's find out. I'll text them. Chat wants to know if you approve of Reg. Oh no, of MJF and Hurt Syndicate. Oops. Alliance. I couldn't spell Syndicate. It got all messed up. All right, we'll find out if he approves or not. Let's see. We got King of Strong Styles. Does MJF just pulled some reverse psychology? Ill Eagle 804 says bring back the Devil Max. Superfro says yes to the Alliance. Joseph says yes. Spen says no. Desi Baby says no, please no. Zeno Hours says yes. Luis says maybe. Home Wrestling League says it is a surprise. Sask Rider 2 says MJF's a heel, so of course he has to join. Spike Hunter says yes. King of Strong Style says, I agree with Denise. It's different, and I like different. Drew Turner says, MJF Hurt Syndicate was not on my bingo card. I don't think it was on anyone's bingo card. Because it's not what you would think, right? Like, I don't think you would think MJF was going to join the Hurt Syndicate. Drew Turner here says I already read that one. Marky Dark here says MJF needs them. It will be interesting if they do. Marcus says, nah, but I'd like to see Bobby destroy MJF in a match. Cody Santello says a fan said the P word. Kitty cat? That's the only P word I know. The kitty cat word that someone said it earlier. Oh, it was Toni. She said it. Right? Is that the same P word we're talking about? All right. Let's see. We got Moneymaker who says yes. Sean says yes. Greg Carter says nah. Let's see. Let me get some more in here. We got Brandon who says yes. Day Day says purple is hot this year. Eel Eagle says that was a nice curveball. Kevin Simpson says no, MJF doesn't need to join. Henry says he likes it. Vasco says I like that. It was unpredictable. Hurt Syndicate, MJF. X Mulder says give it a go. It could be interesting. Eric says he ain't joining. Doppelganger is intrigued. And hey, Delia, good to see you. It's been a while since you've been on. How are you? And we got Devon Williams here who said, hell yeah, I loved it. All right, let me catch up here with the super chats, by the way, because I'm a little bit behind on these. Let me catch up. We got David here, by the way. David, thank you so much for the support. He says, is WWE's biggest mistake not keeping Toni Storm? They missed out on a generation of talent, in my opinion. You know, there's still a lot of unanswered questions as to what went down there. I don't think Toni's ever really spoken about it, like what went down with her and her relationship with WWE. It definitely has me intrigued. I feel like there's still a lot more questions there. We're back on Dynamite. We got Max Caster. So I don't know. I think it might be more of like a Toni Storm decision based off of how everything that like went down, where she just like left, you know. And they were like, okay, she's gone, and that's what it was. So I think that it was meant to be, you know. She was meant to go to AEW. She was meant to find herself in this role. It was all just meant to happen. Because who knows if we would have seen timeless Toni Storm in WWE? We probably wouldn't have. David, thank you so much. Also, Reg says, I like it. It was a good promo. So it seems like he's on board with the idea of the Hurt Syndicate and MJF.
We tried it last week, Fresno. Let's give it a shot.
Oh, we got the Max Caster Open Challenge.
Let's go, Max. You're the best.
Oh, we're trying this again? Day Day says you're going to be at TNA Rebellion April 27th in LA. Yes, I'm planning on it. Thank you so much, Day Day, for asking. David Primero said that her name was Mama Wayne, not Shayna from WWE. No, yeah, she's Shayna Wayne, but they also refer to her as Mama Wayne. Thank you, David.
And whoever answers my open challenge They're stupid as well. So let's see who can survive the best wrestler alive.
All right, let's see who's answering the open challenge.
All right.
And I
These
still got a
open
few more
challenges
super chats to catch up to, so just in case anybody's wondering. Oh, Takeshita? Oh, he's about to wipe the floor with Max Caster. This ain't gonna be pretty. Takeshita's gonna kill him. Yeah, you asked up, Max.
Guys, thank you.
And we have two Max promos back to back.
Takeshita, there's no way you're here to fight me. I'm the best wrestler alive. I mean, dude, I'd freaking kill you. What are we doing? You must be here to invite me into the Don Callis family, right? That's interesting. Imagine what the Don Callis family can do for the best wrestler alive. Maybe I can main event the Tokyo Dome.
So shout out to Mateo Beltran
Maybe
for
I
being
can
in the
get
chat.
that
Thank you so
recording
much for also
contract.
being a DWO member. Welcome.
Or maybe, Takeshita, I could do the thing that you weren't able to do and beat Kenny Omega.
You swear? I'm like, if Takeshita couldn't do it, Max Caster ain't doing it. Oh, I love it. I love it, Takeshita. I love that Takeshita was like, it's not over because I don't want it to be over.
Of course, Takeshita's upset.
Now he's
being
just like
defeated by Kenny
treating him
Omega
like
this past
shit.
Sunday at Revolution.
I love it.
Big mistake by Max, Excalibur. Big mistake.
That's a heel move right there, and I love to see it.
1, 2, 3.
Wonderful, lovely, good, entertaining. Good stuff there. Poor Max Caster. He literally has a trademark for the best wrestler alive, and he gets his ass whooped every week. It's great. I love it.
I just lost in LA and I lost my international championship to Omega.
Wait, this is pretty funny. Chuck here says Max's character is Mr. Squash Me. Literally, Mr. Squash Me. Also, why does Mr. Squash Me sound like a really good name for like a cleaning product? You know how they have Scrub Daddy or whatever. It's the Scrub Face, the little happy face is the Scrub Daddy. Mr. Squash Me. I'm gonna name my sludge Mr. Squash Me.
Aubrey Edwards is just throwing this out because of this gang assault. In comes Bandito, protecting his brother, but he's still out. No.
And let me catch up with the super chats, by the way. We got Toby here with a very generous super chat. Thank you so much, Toby, for your kindness. He says, hey, Denise, I love watching Busted Open with you and Mark. Could you ask him what he thought of the portrayal of his good friend Mae Young in the new movie? I'd love to hear about that. Toby, that is a great question. I'm actually gonna write that down. Hold on. Wait, I'm gonna write it down here on my post-it so that I remember to ask him this Saturday. And let's see what Jericho says.
It's the perfect word, isn't it, Bandito? Because that's exactly what has been introduced into our situation. Gravity. The temperature of the room has changed, hasn't it? I know you can feel it, Bandito. And you know why? It's because I humiliated you in front of your family. I embarrassed your brother.
I have sloppy writing,
Stole
but it's
his
here.
mask.
Right here. I'll remember to ask him.
I scared your precious sister. I made your mother cry in front of you, Bandito. How do you come back from that?
Thank you so much, Toby. I'll make sure to
Have you
ask him.
ever looked her
Hopefully
in the eye
he's
again,
seen the film
knowing
by
the
the time I
disappointment
ask
she
him.
has in you?
And then secondly, thank you so much for your support and
Shame, isn't
listening to Busted Open. Thank you so much and for coming here to the
Maybe
channel.
you brought this
Thank you,
upon
Toby.
yourself, I don't know. Or maybe you're just the unlucky son of a bitch who was standing in the way of Chris Jericho when I decided to stop letting people take advantage of me and stop letting people get so comfortable around me.
Mark says, I could see Denise squash those
Life has
stains with
changed
Mr.
forever,
Squash
Bandito.
Me. You see the vision.
I know you know that. The gravity.
Just disgusting action.
All right, we got Willow and Penelope Ford next. Let me catch up with the rest of the super chats. We got 1990K who says, I feel like MVP is shooting on MJF, saying the locker room doesn't hear him. Imagine Britt Baker comes down, slaps MJF, and joins the Hurt Syndicate. I have no idea, by the way, what the hell is going on with Britt Baker. Like, where is she? Where is this woman at? What is happening? That's my other question. So thank you so much, Mike290K, for the love, for the super chat, and for the funny joke. We got Mateo Beltran, who actually just shouted out earlier, but I'll shout him officially out for joining the DWO. There's a ton of videos that are member-only videos that you can check out here on the YouTube channel. And then every so often, I do like virtual meet and greets, and then also the opportunity to send in like chats and whatnot, like Adelia Chamberlain here, who's been a member for 26 months. That's, hey Denise, been super busy, but glad I'm here. Adelia, I hope you're killing it and whatever it is that you're doing, school, work, I'm not sure, but whatever it is, I hope you're killing it right now. And thank you so much for coming back to the channel. As long as you're good, so happy to have you here. Hope everything's all right. And thank you for being a DWO member. We got Philip Newton here who says, love the crowd in Fresno. They love wrestling. Glad to see that we've been having a lot of really good crowds for AEW as of late. California, all of the little cities that they've been hitting have definitely been doing a great job. And of course, Los Angeles, not a little city, but they definitely killed it there too. Thank you, Philip Newton, for the love. And Speed Punk here says, Max is Max. Good marketing using app logo on gear. I didn't even notice that, Speed Punk. I'm going to have to pay closer attention to that because I did not even notice that. Thank you for pointing that out, Speed Punk. And for the super chat, thank you.
Penelope Willow versus the scoop and the slam.
All right, here we go. Willow and Penelope.
Willow, good quickness right there off those ropes.
Y'all know what time it is.
Penelope
able
to kick out
forward. I've never seen her.
Gotta try to get the advantage now.
Sorry, we gotta do it every time Penelope's on TV.
Penelope now fighting from underneath, as we say.
Philip Newton says Jericho thinks he's Hamlet. I think Jericho might think he's William Shakespeare.
Now Penelope in the corner.
Hilarious stuff. Hopefully we get a good Jericho feud soon. Hoping for it. Fingers crossed. Thank you, Philip. Oh, we did see A. Jobson here who did love that promo.
But that also,
Tracy says, did you miss my super chat? Let me look really quickly.
You do your homework to better yourself against them. Now Willow seems to be locked in here pretty good.
Yeah, Willow missed with the lariat.
Wait, I missed a few.
Penelope kicking the legs and kicking out of the pinning predicament.
I missed a few super chats. Okay, let me make sure to pull these up. Sorry, I didn't realize I skipped some.
Penelope out of that bridge, stuck, and now, oh, wait a second, Willow getting turned around. One face first in that turnbuckle.
This comes from Chris Fires. Chris, I'm so sorry. He says if Megan Bane is going to feud with Toni, they're going to have to get the promo time. I really do hope so because part of what has really worked for Toni Storm and Mariah May and what worked for their feud was all of the promo time that they got. So yes, I really do think that they're going to need to make sure that we get a lot of promo time for that. Chris Fire says, I meant Megan Bane needs time on the mic. Yeah, I think they will. I think they'll realize that. I think they're going to spend the next few months like really building her up as a strong heel. And it's going to probably take her a second because I don't know what her experience level is when it comes to like promo cutting. So, you know, she's obviously going to have to get comfortable and whatnot. But thank you so much, Chris Fires. And I'm so sorry it took me so long to get to the super chat. I think I just missed a section and I skipped and went over a few because the last one I had read before yours was the Mike T90K one, and then I missed a few. And I missed one from Mike T90K who says, you and Reg hit the club after Revolution. Anything interesting you witnessed backstage? We did not go to the club after Revolution, and we did not go backstage either. After the show, me and Reg went to Smash Burger with Alex, Queen of the Ring. And then after that, we came back to my place, and then Will came to our place after he left from AEW. Then he met us here at my place, and then we just all stayed up talking until like 2 something a.m. in the morning. And then, yeah, that was pretty much that. And then woke up the next morning, and it was time to do the Revolution post show. And Will left to catch his flight like around 7-ish. So he was gone before the Revolution post show even started. So yeah, unfortunately, we did not hit the club. Denise is not a club person. So the only club that I hit was that freaking chicken club that I ate at Smash Burger. Well, technically it was a chicken burger, not a chicken club, but I just wanted to throw that. I just wanted to play with the words. Mike, thank you so much. Also, Doppelganger399, I'm so sorry I missed this generous super chat. Says, has there been a health update on Luchasaurus? Not that I have seen. Also wishing Luchasaurus consistently the best. I think I've said this before, but I was so bummed to hear the news, not just because bummed to hear it, hear it for anybody, but it's just really out of nowhere that he got sick because he had reached out, his publicist had reached out to me because they wanted to get him some interviews, and I was so excited. And unfortunately, then he got sick, and so clearly that was off the table. But no, it really is unfortunate, especially when things happen just like out of nowhere with the pneumonia and whatnot. So I have not seen any health updates as of yet on Luchasaurus. If anybody else has in the chat, please let us know in the chat. Thank you, Doppelganger, for your generous super chat. I'm so sorry that I didn't see it sooner. I also didn't see Grapple Geekery is here, who says Denise Leather Party, Tony Key Party, or Reg BJ Party, which sounds wilder DWO members. Tony Key Party, Reg BJ Party, Denise Leather Party. I'm going to say Tony's Key Party and Reg's BJ Party definitely sounds a million times worse than Denise's Leather Party. I think Reg's BJ Party is probably the one that sounds the craziest. Grapple Geekery, thank you so much for the super chat. And I'm sorry that it took me so long. And thank you to Tracy, because had it not been for Tracy, I wouldn't have noticed.
AEW Dynamite.
So bad, guys. So bad. Tracy says comparison is the best of joy. I enjoy both. Earlier when I was talking about, comparing WWE and AEW, it really is. It really, really is. Like they say this, like never compare yourself to other people because it's going to rob you of your happiness. And it's true. I'm guilty of it. I've done it a million times. It's like a human thing. And every single time that I've done it, I hate myself for it. So, and it comes with the same things when it comes to like enjoying things. You don't want to just enjoy. You don't want to ruin something just because it was compared to something else. And that's like personal life as well as for your entertainment things. Tracy, thank you so much for the super chat. And I'm so sorry I didn't catch this sooner. We also have Luke Gordon here who says, do you think Swerve Mox is going to make Death Riders interesting? Also, first time seeing Mike Bailey, and he was incredible. Wow, that was your first time seeing Mike Bailey? Oh my God. What a treat, man. Because Mike Bailey, I've been seeing him now in the indies for like a really, really long time. He was banned from the US for 5 years. That's a really interesting story. I actually did an interview with him about that here on the channel, so if you want to check that out, you can. He was banned from the United States for 5 years. And had he not been gone in those 5 years, like who knows what would have happened, right? But when he came back, he really just went to work, and he worked a million shows, got extremely over, just having great matches with just about everybody. And look at him now. Obviously he did a lot with TNA too. So Mike Bailey really just got to work. He really, really did. And he really is a good wrestler and has had a lot of really great matches with a lot of people. So I think you're in for a good ride here with Mike Bailey.
Yeah, but full extension on that.
And then Swerve Mox, I have a feeling will be far better and far more interesting than Mox and Copeland. I do think so. Thank you so much, Luke, and I'm so sorry I missed your super chat earlier. David Primero also says, do you think Mike Bailey will have a name change if he went to NXT WWE since they already have Bailey on the roster? How do you think he will be used? How do you think he will be used there? Oh, there? I think he probably would have been on NXT, and he probably maybe might have had a name change.
The cover,
I mean, maybe, who knows? They probably would have just gone with Speedball. He probably would have been walking around NXT just being Speedball. And yeah, that's pretty much what I think they would have done with him there. He probably would have been on NXT for a bit, maybe having matches with Axiom and Nathan Frazier and Wesley and all those kinds of people. David, thank you so much for the super chat and for the question. And yeah, I'm excited to see what Speedball does here in AEW, though. He's going to be a very, very reliable person to just have good matches with people. And let's see how he does on the character side of things. Counts from Willow. Thank you, David. All right, so that's what happened. I missed the chunk of super chats between Mike and David. I missed that chunk, but I'm caught up with those now. Willow just got the win after the pound. And we got 1990K who says Penelope effing Ford. You go, Penelope. We're always rooting for you, Penelope. We also got Grapple Geekery says, don't sell your leather party short, Denise.
Nice victory.
I can't. Oh, she's going in for the attack. Thank you, Grapple Geekery. Penelope Ford. I never seen her.
A sore loser, to say the least.
Oh, my God. What is wrong with this girl?
Wait a minute. Chris Statlander hits the ring.
I never recognize. I always forget Chris Statlander's theme song. For a second, I'm like, who is that? I don't know why, but I could never remember her theme song.
Willow, I'm not sure she realizes
What's the
Statlander
situation here with Chris and Willow now? Because they were beefing it for a while. So I don't know what the new update is. Oh, Megan Bane again. She's been taking lots of people out today. Toni Storm, now Willow, and Chris. Megan's starting to make a name for herself here on Dynamite.
Bane. Statlander, and down goes Statlander. Megan.
Okay, guys, I have a message from Righteous Reg. He says, quote, tell the chat Megan Bane looks even better in person. I'm going to put Reg, put your hands up.
Megan Bane putting everybody on notice.
I said, Reg, put your hands up. So just FYI, for those of you who are wondering, Megan Bane does look better in person, according to Righteous Reginald.
We're gonna head to the back.
We got Philip Newton. Philip, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, I've seen Speedball wrestle in the Indies, and Maki Ito made him cry after Taste. He made her cry. Dude, what? I didn't see that. I gotta see that. Did that happen in GCW? Sounds like something that would happen in GCW. Thank you, Philip. And yes, he's very, very talented. So I'm sure you saw some great matches for Speedball.
You are welcome. Mercedes,
thank you for the super chat, Philip.
Congratulations to another very impressive
Fred
victory.
Says Alameo.
You are now 15-0 in TBS championship matches. I also understand that you have asked for Billy Starks to join us.
Oh, Billy? Oh, she looks so cute with her little dress.
During this interview,
she looks like a doll.
Billy, we saw you during Revolution. You were watching Mercedes.
I want
and Momo,
that dress.
Really taking some notes. What's something that you learned?
Where'd she get it?
Not to get kicked in the throat.
Let me do a reverse image search on Google.
Sorry, just trying to lighten the mood. But on a serious note, you've accomplished a lot being here, covered in gold. But I've accomplished a lot here too. I was the first inaugural ROH TV champion at 19. And me and you aren't that quite different. We started very young. Wrestling is our everything. This is our lives. And you're the one that says money changes everything, right? Well, I've been looking for a change. Next week, I'm looking to change into a champion.
Oh, they're going to do Billy versus Mercedes?
You know what, Billy? You are way out of your league. But I appreciate that you are a student of the game. But next week, kiddo, I am going to prove to you that there is a price to pay.
Wait, was she coughing because she didn't believe the words she was saying?
All right, Billy Starks, a price to pay.
I love Billy. She's adorable.
Fans, let's bring in right now
She's going to be a star
the
too.
one and only aerial assassin, Will Ospreay.
Let's go. Oh, let me bring out my flag. Hold on. Well, technically, it's not a flag. It's a pillowcase.
Before we get to Will Ospreay, a lot of credit to Billy Stark calling out the TBS champion Mercedes Moné.
I saw somebody with this at Revolution, and I was like, oh, they have the All Elite crate.
We saw things that
Woo! Oh, Spike Hunter says she has the bruised throat. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you for letting me know.
Not 100%. He is
shit.
banged up, taped up, wrapped up. Get in the damn room, get in the ring, man. No, I'm hitting flesh, I beat the living holy high. Hell out of me.
And if you missed Revolution, you can order the replay.
I need to put this up somewhere. I'll probably put it up. I'll probably put it up above Sting or something, just so we can get a new visual.
Mate, honestly, look, I got about 4 stitches here. This bit of head is glued together. I've no idea how I got this. I think I got stabbed. Other than that, I made it out alive, people.
Well, you know, after the cage match that we
Craziest
saw
fucking
on Saturday
spot
at
I've ever
Revolution, it's
seen.
amazing that you are still standing. From what we saw from up top on the cage, for crying out loud.
Mate, honestly, I
Insane.
was scared for my life. And the scariest bit for me is that Carl Fletcher, at that age, I was struggling to keep up with him. It was taking every bit of it out of me. And I want to thank everyone in the arena, everyone at home for the support that carried me through. Listen, one day, Carl Fletcher will be a world champion. And I hope that the next time we meet, I can still stand here and say that I am the better man.
Nice, nice, nice.
But I won't lie to you guys. I'm in a bit of trouble. I'm in a bit of trouble with my wife.
Oh no.
Honestly,
I'm sure she didn't like that Spanish
which is
fly.
fair enough. I lied to her. I know. I can feel you judging me. I can feel you judging. But listen, I had to lie. Come with me. Come with me. Look, so it's Saturday. It's the day before the cage match. She gets on the phone. She's like, babe, I'm nervous. I'm scared. Please don't do anything stupid off the cage. I said, babe, I'm not doing anything stupid off the cage. I'm in my 30s now. I've got back problems. I'm not going up there. You're having a laugh. I then realized we're on Amazon Prime. And, well, I realized it was bad when I was standing up there looking down at everyone, and I saw camera phone, and there was this guy in a green shirt like this. Don't die, don't die, don't die. So then I go back, I look at my phone, 15 missed calls from the missus.
Oh
So
no.
at that moment, we all know, guys, we know we're in trouble. So I call her back.
Sleeping in the doghouse.
Pulling a pin out of an hand grenade, hoping for the best. She's being real nice to me. She's going, oh, babe, thank God you're all right. Well done. I love you so much. Well done. I thought, babe, thank you. I'm emotionally spent. I can't tell you what's going on. She went, you jumped off the flipping cage. I said, look, thankfully, guys, thankfully, I'm a charming man. I was able to charm my way out of this. I said, babe, I'm back on Friday. I'll cook you a nice dinner, and I'll give you a damn good scene too. Don't worry about it.
All right. Banged up. I get it. I understand all of that. What is next for Will Ospreay?
Well, that's a very good point. What is next? Well, I said after that cage match, I said, I want to be the guy. And to be the guy, there should be something around my waist, right?
Yes, please. We've been waiting to see Will Ospreay with some gold.
There's an issue. Next week, Cope's got his world title match. Then at Dynasty, Swerve's got his world title match. So it leaves me to ask, when do I call my shot?
Facts. Call your shot.
It makes me wonder, when does it matter most?
All in, baby. All in, baby. Take that mother effing strap away from Jon Moxley.
You hear the chants?
Damn right I hear that chance. And I have set myself an objective. I have set myself a mission because I want to be in the main event Saturday, 12th of July at Arlington, Texas, Globe Life Field. And I know one way I can get there, by entering the Owen Hart tournament.
Oh, okay.
I plan on going for every single person that stands in my way. So if it is you, Cope, I can't wait for the first time ever that I meet you one-on-one it will be my pleasure. If it is Swerve, my boy, I cannot wait for that rematch. But if it's Moxley, the one true king, well, my king, and warning in advance, an assassin is coming for the throne. I want to be the world champion because they trust me with AEW. I want to be the guy because I know I can do it. I want to be the world champion because my name is Will Ospreay and I am on another level.
Facts, guys. I'm so excited. I'm so excited about the possibility of Will Ospreay finally being AEW World Champion, guys. I can't even believe it's taken this long that he's been with the company, and it still hasn't happened. We all thought it was going to happen so freaking fast. So, oh, come on. I'm so excited. Please let it happen. Please let it happen. Please let it happen. I was so into that. That was awesome. Good promo today from Will Ospreay. PLG says Moné versus Athena gonna feed families when it happens. That's another one that we're hoping happens at All In too. PLG, thank you so much for being a member of the DWO.
Ospreay. Look, Willie, you really are on another level. It is great to see you. It's great to hear from you, Will. Who knows, maybe one day, sometime soon, me and you can see each other in the ring again.
Yes,
maybe. But for now, I want to congratulate you on Revolution. And here you are just a couple of nights later, after going to war in that cage, and you are begging for more, calling your shot, saying you will be the AEW World Champion at All In, huh, Will? Look, Will, if you want that to happen, they're just going to have to keep protecting you and keeping you from me like they've always done. I'm sorry, Renee. Did you have a question? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, you brought up Revolution. Let's talk you, Adam Copeland, the briefcase. What happened?
Are you asking or accusing?
I'm asking.
Look. I get it. After what happened at Revolution, everybody wants to know, did I hit Cope with the briefcase on purpose? Renee, do you think I did it on purpose? You know what? Let's throw it to the Fresno faithful. Fresno, do you think I did it on purpose?
Base Martian says, I love the story about the 15 missed calls. That was cute. I like that too.
That man's back. I said I would see him in as the new AEW World Champion, and I failed at that. Now, luckily, next week he gets a chance at redemption in his rematch with Mox, but as far as the #1 contender goes, whose house? Look, Swerve Smurv. I've given everything to taking down the Death Riders and dethroning John Moxley. I had the championship won at World's End, but the rat saved his king, and I will be damned if I let anybody else take my rightful place as the #1 contender to the AEW World Champion. Thank you, Renee.
Thank you, Jay. Stick with us, guys.
That was a lot. That was a lot in there. I love that he addressed Will Ospreay, though. That was probably my favorite part here.
Hechicero versus Orange Cassidy.
I just realized it's time for our main. I didn't even realize it was time for the main event. It's gone by so fast. Wow. Yeah, Drew Turner says I forgot he had a Cope. Reg was making fun of me because I completely missed. I mean, that main event was so bad, I was distracted. I completely missed when Jay White even went out there. So I didn't even see that. It was so funny because at the end of the night, Reg was talking about Jay White having been on the show, and I looked at him and I'm all, Jay White wasn't on the show. And he was like, yeah, he was, Denise. And I was like, no, he wasn't. And Reg said, yes, he was, Denise. And I was like, oh, fuck. And then he told me what Jay White did. And I'm like, oh, damn, I completely missed that. That's how out of that main event match I was. David here says, how do I join the DWO? For anybody who's interested in memberships, the way that it works is if you go to the homepage of YouTube, meaning my YouTube channel, my homepage, if you go to the homepage, there is, oh crap, I can't view it from my page. Whatever, you know, when you go to the homepage, there is a subscribe button, and either next to it, there's a button that says join, or there's a or the subscribe button turns into a join button. I forget how it looks on there. But either way, you just got to look for the join button, and then you basically follow the prompt, and it'll explain to you how to become a member. So just go to the home page, and you can pretty much figure it out from there. Or you might not even have to go to the homepage. I think just as long as you're on the video, in the bottom where you subscribe on there, it tells you how to become a member. David, thank you so much for asking. And I'm so sorry if I didn't give a better explanation, but yeah, that's basically how you go about it. John says to the left side of the subscribe button is the join button. There you go. Cody Santella says, you think Swerve is winning the title? I wish he was, but I don't think so, guys. I was saying earlier that I feel like Tony Storm, Tony Khan. I feel like Tony Khan likes to stick to what he has planned, and I imagine he has his stuff very. I imagine that Tony Khan pretty much has most, if not all of, I'm going to say most of the biggest storylines of All In probably already set. So that's kind of my assumption on that. That's the only reason why I don't think Swerve is winning, but I think he should, though, because the way that Revolution ended, not only was it a poor main event, but the way that Swerve approached John, it made Swerve look really cool. And obviously you're going to want to root for the person who looks the coolest. And that was Swerve. That was definitely Swerve. We got Girl Tribe here, our girl guy, who says, how do I get a gifted membership? So usually the way that works is if someone gifts memberships, YouTube automatically, I don't know how they decide, but YouTube disperses that at their discretion. I'm not aware of how they select who gets a membership and who doesn't. It just happens. And we're back on the show.
Congratulations to you on your win over MJF at Revolution. But
All right.
You're a man around here that.
Okay, now I'm definitely noting Hangman Page's hair. I didn't know it before.
Revolution.
She looks like little orphan Annie. I mean, Hangman, why did you just cut your hair like that?
You mean to finish breaking your neck? No, I don't think so. I think I have something that's gonna hurt you worse.
She looks a little too pretty with that hair. You're like Shirley Temple.
Here's the thing about that. I don't believe you. When you do something like that, you have to mean it. Really mean it. And you know what else I don't believe you about? Sunday, you let the mask slip, didn't you? And I was right. You care about what these people think about you.
You thought I was bluffing about lighting you on fire, Hangman? Honestly, good. Well, first of all, I'm going to take a little step back because you smell like rotten ass. And second of all, what I'm going to do is actually, I'm going to make sure to call your bluff a little bit here. Okay, Hanger? Okay. I don't think you realize what happens next now in your story. See, right now you feel all high and mighty. You're on your high horse. You beat MJF. Congratulations. Someone who is a far superior professional wrestler than you. Fluke victory for 1-1. Good stuff. But here's what happens next. Now I go on to become a multiple-time world champion. I go on to become a first ballot Hall of Famer. I go on to go down as one of the greatest of all time. You know what you're going to do, Hanger? Gosh, you're going to do what you do best, bud. You're going to scratch and claw your way all the way up to the top of the mountain, and just as you're about to reach the pinnacle, you'll come tumbling all the way down, wallowing in your own self-pity. But you know what's funny? When your mask slips off, you know what I notice? I notice that your biggest insecurity is the fact that you don't think you deserve their love. And guess what, Hanger? You're right. Because one day, these people are going to get sick and tired of waiting for you to win the big one. Because you never will.
I mean, he has in the past, though.
Proud. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to win that world title over and over and over again, and I will be laughing at you the entire way up that mountain.
I wonder if they forgot that Hangman was also a champion.
We'll see, won't we?
Oh, this is a very long stare down. I'm like, someone blink, please.
Something tells me Hangman Adam Page.
All right, let me catch up here on the super chats. We got PLG who says, "Do you care to see Nakamura in AEW?" Honestly, no, not really. It's not really something that I would like really want to see. Sure, it would be very cool that it happened, but I don't really know if I'm that interested. I think maybe it's because I've seen a version of Nakamura that makes me feel like I've seen just about all that there is to see at this phase. And so maybe that's why I'm not that interested. But who knows, man? You just never know. Thank you, PLG. We got David, by the way, who figured out how to become a brand new member of the DWO. David, thank you so much for joining and welcome. I really thank you for making that investment and becoming a member. Thank you, David. It's interesting. I've been noticing we've been getting more memberships as of late. I got a notification from YouTube, actually. They sent me a little. So YouTube likes to encourage creators, obviously, and they always send us. Every week I get a recap, right? I get a recap of how much videos I did and how many views I got in comments and shares and things like that, right? Every single week. And one of the things that they also do is whenever you hit like an accomplishment of some sort, they always let you know. And so they messaged me like 2 days ago that the stream that I did on Friday, the one that I cut short by, I don't know how, but apparently the stream that I cut on Friday led to the most DWO subscriptions that I've had like in a while. I have no idea why, but that one just led to more subscribers, even though I ended up cutting the stream short. Somehow, some way, it generated membership. So I don't know how, but I will take it. So yeah, I was very happy. Oh, people are saying Jim Ross has been added to the commentary. I probably talked over it. Let me hear. Oh yeah, just heard him. There he is. I never know when he's gonna pop up. I thought he just did. Did he do Revolution? Sorry guys, I was in the crowd. I don't know if he did Revolution or did he not do Revolution. I haven't actually seen the show on TV, so I'm not entirely sure.
As long as it takes, and while fans in America may not be completely familiar with Hechicero, he is a mainstay in the main event scene of CMLL. And
David Primeros. No, he does not. I have to disagree on that one. No, he does not.
Jr. at Forbidden Door last year, and Zach also a submission magician. Pretty much shut Orange
Hey
Cassidy
Hunt
down.
says, I only enjoy and tune into Collision only because usually my Saturday nights be so boring and Collision has been hot lately. That's good to know, Jay. That's really good to know. I haven't been tuning into Collision, so I can't even tell you. Saturdays are my what do I got going on? The last couple of Saturdays I had some parties that I was going to, so that's why I was busy. No, then I did some pay-per-views. Didn't I watch something on Saturday? I don't even know what I did. But usually my day offs now are spent in front of the TV, not working and doing puzzles. I have one puzzle that has been burning a hole in me. It has just been sitting there, unopened, in the kitchen, and I'm waiting to open it because it looks good. But I haven't had a chance to actually do it. Thank you, Doppelganger. He did both world champ matches. All right, get to know Doppelganger. Thank you.
Hechicero swinging a miss. As Orange Cassidy trying to change the pace. Hechicero, maybe a little frustration setting in here.
All right. Hechicero, Orange Cassidy, main event.
Sudden offense by Orange Cassidy.
Cassidy showing a little alchemy of his own there. As Hechicero backs Cassidy up into the rope.
That's what I watched. Thank you, Joseph. I know I watched something. What was it? Elimination Chamber.
Predicament. You know, people are giggling because it's entertaining, but it's very hard to do. He's insanely talented.
Tom Wrestling Link says, looking at that puzzle like Lois looks at the pill bottle. Yeah, dude. I see it every time I walk into the kitchen, and I'm like, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you on my next day off. You're all mine. I can't wait. Ken Ruza says, Denise, you should catch up on Collision Sunday afternoon. Nah. My thing is I don't know why, but I don't like to watch wrestling on replay. I like to watch things live. The only time I watch something on replay is if I heard that it was immensely well, like something being really extraordinarily well, like above levels. then I will check things out on replay. Or unless it's something that I knew in advance that I wanted to watch but couldn't watch, then I will watch it on replay. But for the most part, I do not like to watch stuff on replay. I like to watch shit live. It just feels different. Like I feel if I watch things on replay, I don't know. I feel like I already missed out and nobody even cares. It's already passed. I don't know. It's this weird thing. I'd rather not watch it all than watch on replay. I don't know why that is. There's probably got to be some sort of psychological reason for that. But yeah. But no, I don't get to watch Collision usually on Saturdays because now those are my days off, or I end up doing something else. So I didn't enjoy a lot of the shows that I was covering when I was covering Collision. And it's like the running joke. Every time I tune in to Collision, it ends up being the worst Collision. And then people are like, yeah, this one's not that good, Denise. Sorry. And then I don't watch and people are like, oh, this one was really good. And then I watch and then it's not good. And it's like, I'm starting to think that I'm a jinx. And when I do tune into Collision, it turns out to be bad. But yeah, so sometimes I will occasionally tune in, especially if they do like make a loaded card or something. But it's just not a top priority for me at the moment, especially when I am streaming so much and I'm streaming so many other things. If it is like a slow week, then maybe, and if I need something else to stream, then I will do Collision. But yeah, usually those are more sporadic streams for sure. Let's see what else we got here. Mateo Beltran says, are you going live for SmackDown? Yes, I will be live for SmackDown. And I'm under the assumption based off of what I saw on Netflix and what I saw on WWE.com, it looks like SmackDown's going to be on incredibly early this Friday. For me, I think it starts at, what time did I set the stream for? I think it's like 12 p.m. my time. Let me double check 1 second. Yeah, I have my SmackDown watch along starting for 12 p.m. this Friday. So that would be 3 p.m. for those of you guys on the East Coast. And because they are going to be overseas. And I looked on Netflix and Netflix will be showing it at that time. So I'm going to be going live hella early this Friday. Super, super early. So yeah, it's the next couple of weeks are going to be different for SmackDown and for Raw. I'm not sure about NXT. I'll have to double check the schedule, see what Netflix says, because it'll tell you the time that it's planning on starting there. So I'll have to double check on that. But yeah, I'm interested to see who's going to be showing up for those watch-alongs and those post shows on early Saturdays. But if you're here, thank you so much. And if not, then catch the replay. Catch the replay. That's so funny. That's so fun. Yeah, I'm excited for those early shows, by the way, because it's going to give me evenings off. I don't have evenings off. It's going to be great. I'm so excited. Wow, we got Roberto Cortez here who says Collision has been better than Dynamite. What? You're wildin'. No way. No way. You're wildin'.
JR earlier tonight, Speedball Mike Bailey qualified for that four-way
Big G
match.
says, what time are they showing SmackDown in the USA? This Friday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Time from the looks of it.
Sudden, if you will.
Mike says early Saturday, I might catch a live review for a change. Yeah.
I like how he
Hell
did
yeah.
that. I like how Cesaro did that over the roll.
I gotta remind Robin. I don't think Robin knows. We also got Jay confirming that Collision has been on fire lately. Good to know. Good to know.
He's targeting the right arm and the fist of Orange Cassidy, almost seemingly looking to neutralize that orange punch.
But now he's got the leg, and that's going to completely change his direction, I do believe, because as you can see,
Yeah, today's Dynamite post show. Let's see how long it goes since it's just me. It's just me, Ooze, today. We got Reg out here to
top rope. How can you mistake that?
to keep me going on a tangent.
Compromised. The right hand, the right leg. Cassidy, he
Carlos
can't
V
launch
says
it.
also
Almost
Tina's
perfectly
sacrifice, which
neutralized
is
that
shaping
orange
to be a
punch.
good show.
That's
Oh
right.
yeah, you're right. That's happening
Nice
this
little crossbody. You would think he
this
gets the guy to
Friday
stop it.
too.
Cesaro, he wants to
Someone told me that
try to finish
earlier.
both.
Forgot.
Eventually, if you
Ooh,
can,
someone
we're
told
on
me.
spot.
Might have been Sheldon.
It's
I feel
gonna
like
be
Sheldon
hard.
would tell me
Look at
that.
DDT. Had Cesaro, though, too strong. Now with the hammerlock.
Uh-oh. This is not good
Locked
here
in.
for OC, baby.
And
Oh, wow, look at this.
They have a 10-man tag team match.
Nice
Tag team
creative
cage
offense.
match, excuse me.
Nicely done.
Masha versus Cora.
the near leg hook.
Moose
Cassidy
versus Jeff
able to
Hardy.
kick
Oh,
out.
that's right.
JR, I mean, that's
When we
why
were
he's
talking about
known as the
Moose
mad scientist
and
of the ring. He's
Jeff,
just making stuff
that's
up
when
as
I
it goes
realized
along.
someone
And
told
he's
me in the
working.
chat that
It
it was
is
for
working.
Friday.
That's the bottom line. It's
Mustafa
working.
Ali
It
versus Mike
definitely is.
Santana.
I'll tell you,
Tessa
it's
versus
awesome.
Lei
Let's let
Ying,
this
and
International Championship
tag
eliminator
team match,
tournament,
and
whoever
then
goes
Sammy
advances,
Callahan
we'll
versus
see
Vance
a
Warner.
collision also
Hey,
in
it
the
does look like a
four-way.
pretty good
All
card,
these
and it's
countries
on
represented,
at.
guys, like Japan, Mexico, Canada, USA, Australia. I think it's
Oh,
awesome.
it's gonna be on at
It's all
3
about
for
AEW's
me.
growth. It continues to
I
grow.
might be able to
Very good.
watch.
Stundog Millionaire at Cesaro.
We got Corey MacArthur here who says, "Yo, Denise, how's it going? Enjoyed the Scott D'Amore interview. Watched it while working on today." Dude, I'm so glad you checked out the Scott D'Amore interview. If you are like really into the business of pro wrestling and what it's like to be a booker, what it's like to book matches, work with different promotions, get a company going, you know, those types of nuggets. Scott D'Amore, who you guys know has pretty much done so much in TNA, has done quite a lot in pro wrestling. He's a very, I feel like the more you learn about Scott D'Amore, the more surprised you come out at how much he has actually done in the business. But yes, he has a really great insight, and we ended up doing like a 40-minute interview. It was funny because we had said right when the interview started, I told him that I would probably take up about 15 to 20 minutes of his time. And then before I knew it, as the interview kept going on, I had more and more questions, and it ended up being 40 minutes, and it was really, really good. 40 minutes just flew by so fast. So if you're looking for an in-depth interview about the business and pro wrestling, the Scott D'Amore one is definitely one for sure. Thank you so much, Corey, for checking that out.
The elbow joint of Orange Cassidy, he had it, and then transition here with an overhook. That has the creativity at Cesaro just flowing from one.
Caesar says, "Is there going to be a post show tonight?" Yes, it'll just be me though.
Getting some respite and a break on that bottom rope.
So
We could definitely say that Ed Sheeran's
you
one of
know,
the most
we'll make it
difficult
work.
guys to face in the ring.
And hard to prepare for.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it'll probably
hard
be
to
short.
prepare for, Tony.
Reg running from the grind and had to go to Dynamite. Yeah, Fresno.
Last year, of course, the other two tournament matches coming up this Saturday Night Collision. Mark Davis, Mark Briscoe, one-on-one, plus Katsuyori Shibata and Ricochet, and a huge tag team rematch, Undisputed Kingdom. Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, FTR, but right now at Cesaro, backslide, Cassidy finds his feet.
Right, Big G. So it'll be on regular time for USA Network, but I'm gonna watch on Netflix with a VPN, so I don't have to watch late. I want to watch early. I want to go to bed. Ah, there it is. Orange Cassidy gets his win, and now he advances into the tournament here. I mean, he continues on in the tournament. So now we have Speedball Mike Bailey and Orange Cassidy that are in this tournament.
Entire time, JR, you're right. That is what we call resilience. Wait a minute. What do we got here, Excalibur?
Well, the man that picked up the win earlier tonight to earn the first spot.
Yep, there's Speedball.
Speedball, Mike Bailey.
Very impressive young man, I can tell you that right now.
Big smile on his face.
CLG says, "What would your promotion name be in First World Champion?" Ooh, in a perfect dream world, my promotion would be Instinct Pro Wrestling. No, wait, Instinct Culture Pro Wrestling. No, Instinct Wrestling. Somewhere along those lines. And my first, if I could have any wrestler, would be Will Ospreay, and he would be my world champion. But that's wishful thinking. I don't have money for a promotion. All right, with that being said, guys, we got to go ahead and get into the post show. Like I said, it might be a short one, but I'll be counting on you guys here in the chat to keep the party going. But before we get to the actual super show, before we actually get to the post show, just a friendly reminder, everybody, that if you want to make sure you smell good at work and in your home, make sure to get Mando, shopmando.com. Nobody likes bad BO. Don't be a heel at the workplace or at home. Instead, be a baby face and smell delicious with today's sponsor of this video, Mando. What makes Mando different? It has whole body deodorant, safe to use anywhere on your body, pits, balls, thighs, folds, belly buttons, butt cracks, and feet. It was created by a doctor who saw firsthand how normal BO was being misdiagnosed and mistreated. It's clinically proven to block odor all day and control odor for up to 72 hours. The solid deodorant stick is formulated and powered by mandelic acid to stop odor before it starts. The spray deodorant is aluminum-free and ideal for hard-to-reach places. All products are baking soda free and paraben free. You can choose from a variety of fresh scents like bourbon leather, clover woods, Mount Fuji, or Pro Sport. Mando's starter pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice like mini body wash and deodorant wipes, and free shipping. As a special offer for listeners, new customers get $5 off a starter pack with our exclusive code. That equates to over 40% off your starter pack. Use code Denise at shopmando.com, SHOPMANDO.com. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Smell fresher, stay drier, and boost your confidence from head to toe with Mando. And if you're smelling good, chances are you might get lucky. And if you do, make sure you're prepared with Blue Chew. BlueChew.com, promo code Denise. Are you having technical difficulties in bed? Are you tired of being counted out, tapping out, or simply jobbing out? Get out of developmental and get drafted to the best sex you ever had with today's podcast sponsor, Blue Chew. Blue Chew is the original brand offering chewable tablets. These erection-enhancing tablets help men achieve stronger, harder, and longer-lasting erections for sexual activities. And Blue Chew is putting its money where its mouth is and offering you a month free. The process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. Blue Chew tablets are made in the USA and prepared and shipped directly to your door. You can take them anytime, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises. The best part, it's all done online. That means no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. Remember, hard times breed better men. Make life easier by getting harder and discover your options at BlueChew.com. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try your first month of Blue Chew free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. Link in the description box below. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the AEW Dynamite Post Show. It is Wednesday, March 12th, and wow, we had a pretty decent episode of Dynamite today, and we're going to have some big topics to hit on. For those of you who are just tuning in and you missed the watch along, just to let you guys know, Reg is unfortunately out today, so it is just going to be me today. Don't boo, all right? Do not boo that it's just me today. It's just me, and I have to make that joke every single damn time. I did hit up Reg to see if he wants to hop in for a quick live review for like 5 minutes. So we'll see if he ends up tuning in for that, but clearly he's running from the grind. But I'll be here to kind of cover Dynamite and talk about what went down. So it'll probably be a shorter post show than you're used to, but at least we'll be here to be able to talk about what went down on the show, because we had the start of the international title eliminator tournament, which led to the debut finally of Speedball Mike Bailey. So we had sort of been anticipating the debut of Speedball for quite some time. You know, we had heard rumblings that his contract was up with TNA at the end of last year, which was, or at the end of the year rather. So we had several months when we were like, okay, wow, where is Speedball? When is he actually going to debut? And he finally did. And you know who was there for that? Righteous Reg.
Yeah, it's raining outside, you guys. It's crazy.
Oh my God, Reg, I wasn't sure that you were going to pop up. Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
Hey, it looks nice outside.
Yeah,
How did
it's
it
nice.
go at Dynamite?
It was fun. Really good crowd seeing Speedball Mike Bailey. Come on, you know, that's the only reason I came, Denise. How did it come across on TV?
Hey, you're not supposed to know that stuff, Reg.
Know what stuff?
You know what stuff.
I didn't say anything. I just said that's the reason I came.
You were like, oh, Speedball Mike Bailey is here. That's why I came.
Oh, stop. Everybody knows it was rumors. Everybody's talking about it today. Don't try to act like I'm breaking some news.
All right, just making sure.
Rude.
Making sure. All right, all right. Okay, so you're in Fresno. You went out there for the show. You got to see Speed Mom Mike Bailey. We were just on that topic right now.
Yeah.
That's the way to kick it off. How'd you feel seeing Speedball? How'd he do?
It was awesome. I mean, a lot of people. The reason I say you can't say that I'm breaking the news, there was somebody with a sign out there. A lot of people were chanting before he came out. Like, this wasn't some big secret, Denise. Don't try to act like it was crazy. But yeah, no, it was awesome. It was like, I was remembering, I was like, yeah, Speedball was in TNA. A lot of these people would know who he is. It's not like when they get a wrestler from Japan, like a wrestler from somewhere else. Like, this is an American known wrestler, or an American wrestling. He wrestled in America. He's Canadian. But yeah, it was really dope. I liked that match a lot. How did you guys like the main event? It was kind of slow, huh?
Yeah, the main event I didn't think hit as hard. I actually think it would have been so much better had it been the Beast Mortos and Mike Bailey. But
they should have switched them.
I think they tried. Like, I could see Orange Cassidy trying to get it, but I just don't think that Orange Cassidy and Hechicero had the right chemistry. And I thought it was just me. I wasn't even sure how I was going to describe this match once I got to it. So
no, I knew that because you know how they try to do in California, Denise. They try to showcase a lot of lucha, and so I was like, they're gonna put that match on last, and it could work, but it didn't really.
Yeah, they just didn't have chemistry is what I feel like for that. Was the crowd into it at all?
Not as much at the main event. I think that if they should have maybe put Beast Mortos and Mike Bailey would have tore it down, but like for what we had seen, and then we got like a kind of slow-paced match, it probably wasn't the best way to end the show, you know?
Right.
It's Orange Cassidy and he's over, but it's weird, you know?
I think we've had this conversation about Orange Cassidy before where it kind of feels like the people, I think that since AEW has kind of let us know where Orange Cassidy is sort of slotted at in this show, I almost feel like the people are not really expecting all that much right now from Orange Cassidy, or they might be kind of over it. I'm not really sure what the read is there.
I didn't want to say it out loud, but that's what I kind of feel like. I feel not that they're over it, but they're like, oh, that's Orange, we like him, but it's not like he's lighting the world on fire. We expect him to be champion or anything. It was just like, we like this guy, but it's not the feeling that I previously got from Orange. I don't know if people still have that fatigue from the John Moxley stuff, but something is missing.
Oh no, fatigue from the John Moxley stuff. Did you see what match was announced for next week?
Denise, what the hell? What happened? What? When they showed that graphic, I was all, what? I said, what? Gasp out loud. Why?
Okay,
what
they're
happened
doing
here?
a street fight. For those of you who missed it, Adam Copeland versus John Moxley again.
Unbelievable!
Let me
I was
ask
like,
you, Reg.
dude, they doubled down. That's crazy.
Do you think they're doing this as a way to right their wrongs and try to leave us with a better impression from the, last match that we saw with them at the main event? Or do you
Let
think
me ask you a question, Denise. Do you think they can? Do you think they could change our fucking perception?
I think there's a chance they could. And I'm not saying it's going to be a 5-star match. Or
I feel like it's going to be even
that.
more shenanigans with this stupid stipulation, you know?
Right, but the fact that it's a street fight might actually make the match better.
Yeah.
Violence, Reg, violence. At least we can give John Moxley that. He's pretty into that stuff.
Right, yeah. When he gets down and dirty and he has some blood and some thumbtacks, they can work out. And Cope, not for nothing, has a laundry list of great street fights and matches like that. So I expect it to be something, but like, why? Like, we just know Cope's going to win again, right?
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, I don't think they're going to be swapping that. So what? Instead, so Adam Copeland takes the loss in a tag team match at Grand Slam, takes the loss again over at Revolution, and then is going to take another loss here at Dynamite.
But he didn't lose that Revolution. He in the promo today, he was I wasn't pinned, so they're going with that, which is like,
right, but
I guess.
Stupid. It became a triple threat match. And if you lose
still
a
lost.
triple threat match, you still lost.
Right. On the records, you got the L next to your name. I don't know. I guess I'm kind of with you. I guess they're trying to right their wrongs. They saw us and everybody being like, ew. So they were like, let's try to fix this. But I don't know if they can. It's going to be a hard task.
Yeah, everybody was sort of, going like, why are we doing this matchup here? Like, it's insane. All right, I do want to ask you some more questions because while you were there at the show, so you got the insight for us. What do you feel got the biggest reaction? Obviously, besides Mike Bailey coming in and doing his, debut,
Yeah.
what was the crowd really, really hot for?
I think the person that probably got the biggest pop was probably MJF. Like when MJF's music, people were just like ready for him. When his music hit, people got excited. People were like yelling and screaming things at him. Like he gets the heat. Like it's real. Like it's not like, oh, MJ. It's like he came out here and people were like, we hate this guy, but we also kind of like this guy. So that's probably was the biggest pop of the night. Tony got big reactions too. People are just like, some of the stuff is kind of gratuitous and you guys need to relax. But like there's people just yelling stuff at her and I'm like I don't know if you can say that. Just like
It wasn't PG?
No, it was R. Right, not our Righteous Reg R either. But yeah, people are really excited about Tony. So when Megan came out and interrupted, also to a pretty big thing. So I probably say MJF and Tony were the biggest buzzes of the night.
All right. And the chat was definitely asking about what your thoughts were on a possible alliance there with MJF and the Hurt Syndicate, because I don't think that's what we expected was going to come out of this.
No, when they started to get into the promo battle, I was like, what is this leading to? Like, is this something? Is this real? And so they do have history. I know a lot about their history, and I don't know. Somebody was asking us about MJF on the post show, and we were like, what's next? He could do anything. And I didn't know if I expected this to be the anything, but it should be fun. Like, if that's how they're going to start and have promos, like, that's exciting, right? But I just don't know. What does it mean? Is he going to wrestle Lashley? Is he going to be in the Hurt Syndicate? I have so many questions.
Right. All right. And the other thing I
Mama
wanted to ask
Wayne,
you-
Christian Cage, watch this show, motherfucker.
Yes. Oh my
Don't
God,
you
that
talk
was
to
so
my
good.
lady like this, Christian Cage. You can't talk to her like that. That's crazy.
Reg, this
You gonna
is
send
your
her back to the
chance
Waffle
right
House?
now. You're there. You're in the same vicinity as Shayna. Go look for her. Go win her heart.
Denise, if her son didn't take up for her, I'm supposed to say, her son didn't even say nothing. What am I supposed to say?
But that's because he was really upset. He
No.
was going through it.
Absolutely not. If my mom's upset, I'll fight that fool. He should have been fighting that fool talking to his mom like that.
See, I was thinking about it the other way. I was thinking Shayna, as the mother, should not be letting this man get close to nose, Reg.
No.
Nose.
It felt like when you have a stepdad and he steps over the line and he's like, step back, and you're like, oh shit, I'm gonna die right now. But what's she gonna do?
But that's what I'm saying though. But as a woman, you use your womanly charms to move them out the damn way.
Womanly charm. What does that do? He was already yelling at her. What is he gonna be like? Sorry, Christian, just kidding. Womanly
I feel
charm.
like she should have said something. I would have fought back. I would have been like, hey, listen, bud, you can't talk to my son that way.
Yeah, I don't know if I loved how she reacted to the whole thing, but she was
didn't
also
react-
kind of in shock too. You know what I mean?
You're just defending Shayna.
Don't be talking about my girl. She's already been dissed out of the park tonight by Christian Cage, and you're adding on Denise Salcedo?
I'm just saying. All right, well, go win Shayna's heart. Find her and tell her that you're the man she needs to be with.
The love of my life. I hope she sees this. Shayna, I'll save you, baby. You too, Nick Wayne. I'll be your dad.
All right. I do want to ask you, though, really quickly about the
Yeah.
International Championship, because now Mike Bailey's in it.
Kenny got a big
match.
pop, too, now that I think about it. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Kenny coming out was really exciting for a lot of people. Just kind of being in the presence of somebody like this. That's what I thought. The Fresno crowd was just like, damn, dude, that's Kenny Omega. This is crazy. And so that was
They
a
had
really good
flowers
moment.
for him in the front row.
Yeah. So this tournament, I think, is pretty exciting. I don't know if I know what's going to happen. I love Ricochet's promo talking about it. I think that he has a pretty good chance in this. But, I mean, we all know, it's just, going to be a great match for Kenny to win, right?
Right, but are you thinking Ricochet takes this all the way, or the wild card, which was Mike Bailey revealed? Do you think Mike Bailey takes this and then we end up getting Mike Bailey, Kenny Omega, or Ricochet, Kenny Omega? And, of course, I can't disregard Orange Cassidy, who's also in the match. Orange Cassidy, Kenny Omega.
It's so hard because I liked what they did with Mike Bailey. They had an interest. They had him show at the end of the show he's the lasting image. But Ricochet has been so on fire, Denise, and the promo tonight and just the way that he's moving. I'm it feels like this is his tournament to win. But I don't know. Speedball is I'm such a big fan of Speedball. I kind of want it to be Speedball. So I'm gonna go with Speedball.
Shit, I'm torn. I think it could be Speedball or Ricochet.
Ricochet's fucked. He's on another level right now. I don't know.
He's getting there. He definitely is. But speaking of on another level, Will Ospreay. He did say he was going to be winning the Owen and made it very clear that he's coming for that main event spot at All In. As we all know, what the main event spot comes with, it's clearly going to be a shot at the AEW World Championship if he does win the Owen. That got me hella excited when you saw
I keep
that.
having to change my list of who got the biggest pops because I'm like, damn, Ospreay got a big pop too. Like, he's another. It's kind of the same aura as Kenny Omega. It's like, damn, we're in the presence of greatness. You know what I mean? You could just like feel it in the air, and so. He's so charismatic, and I continuously think about how we were like, is he going to be able to be an American TV wrestler? And I'm like, dude, he just like keeps shutting us down every single week. And so he feels like another main character here, and I hope that they do add him to the world title picture because it's just needed at this point. What else would you do with him, Denise? You can't send him, like when he was talking today, I was like, maybe Okada come out and interrupt him, but that's not really the vibe, you know?
Right. All right, Reg, it's starting to look like it's raining a little harder over there.
My phone's wet.
All right, I'm going to let you. I started to see the raindrop. At first,
Hey, I love
didn't
y'all.
see any.
Yeah, it's all good. Shout out to the people in the chat. Y'all are great.
All right, bye, Reg.
All right, peace.
Bye. That's so funny. Reg is out there getting drenched. At first, I'm like, oh, there's not really much water. Like, he's okay to talk a little bit more. And then as I see the water coming through his phone, I'm like, oh, okay, we need to go send Reg to go save himself there because clearly, his phone is going to get damaged if he sticks around there. All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead. We kind of covered, some of the major topics, obviously, with Reg, who was there at the show. But I do want to kind of go over a couple more of these and a little bit more in depth to give this show a fair review. We do got some super chats here, so I do want to make sure to get to those too. We got Heidi Ho here who says, had Wendy Chu wrestling on Evolve. Wasn't expecting that. Very pleasant surprise. Good to know, man. I keep forgetting that Evolve is on Wednesdays. I just keep forgetting. It's just not part of my normal routine. So I just just keeps escaping my mind. So thank you so much for letting me know. I didn't know she was going to be on that. Thank you, Heidi Ho. We got Luke Thornton here who says, great promo. Great promo here, Dynamite. Finally feels like world champ scene is starting to be interesting with MJF and Hanger, Ospreay, Swerve, and Mox. Exactly. I feel like the second we're done with this Adam Copeland, John Moxley situation, like we need to start moving the hell on to something else because we are getting closer and closer to, we got a bunch of shows coming up. You got Dynasty, you got Double or Nothing, you've got All In. There are so many upcoming shows that I think for the most part, I don't want them to have John Moxley as AEW World Champion all the way through to All In. So I'm hoping we see a title change somewhere before that because I'm so excited about Will Ospreay hopefully winning the AEW World Championship at All In. But I don't want that to be against John Moxley. I want it to be against somebody else. Only because, here's the thing. Got to give it. Will Ospreay will have a freaking phenomenal match with anybody. And he will have a great match with John Moxley. I'm sure of it. But I think he will have an even greater match with somebody like Hangman Page or Swerve Strickland or, I don't know. I think right now I'm kind of feeling a little down on Mox only because of that main event and the Death Rider storyline that I'm a little bit feeling I don't really know that's the direction I want to see this going. So that's why I do say that where I do want to see John Moxley drop the belt beforehand. We got, thank you so much, Luke. We got Roberto Arsenal here who says, Ospreay Swerve at All In. Mox, take your vacation. All right, so clearly I'm not the only one here feeling that way. But no, I do feel like it's one of those things where the writing's on the wall. I mean, people are literally laughing or they're laughing at the fact that we're getting this rematch at Dynamite next week, that we're getting Mox and Copeland all over again. And it really does feel like a redo, like a second try. And hopefully they do change the perception and leave us with a different image in our minds. But coming off of that Revolution event, man, it was just a very, very weak main event. So hopefully they can change the perception of that, and we will see what they end up doing there today. But let's kind of run down the show here. And like I said, this will probably be a quick post show today. But we did hear from Kenny Omega. Like Reg said, Kenny Omega is definitely someone who is incredibly loved. And he basically just went out there and said that, you know, the tournaments, the international tournament that we are seeing right now is going to determine the next person who is going to face him. And he wants to be ready to face the best. So he was really just there to put over the international tournament. So I thought that that was great just to see Kenny Omega say like, hey, man, this is important. But I think the other big thing that I want to note from this is that it looks really, really good to see Kenny Omega go out there with the international championship. I think a lot of us are under the assumption that at some point we are going to see that international and continental championship merge into one. And I know what you're all thinking, to form the new Intercontinental Championship, possibly. But that is basically what we got tonight from Kenny Omega. But with that being said, we'll move on. We got Katsuyori Shibata, Samoa Joe, and Hook, who took on Vinny Pacifico, Gabriel Ariels, and Elitisas. This was a very, very quick match. It was almost a squash, essentially, with, of course, the Ops getting the victory. Not too much to say. Shout out to Vinny Pacifico as well, who is somebody that is a very, very friendly guy. We've had him on the show on Busted Open a couple of times. He's a really nice guy, so a really huge opportunity for him to get to appear on Dynamite. We also saw Hologram and Powerhouse Hobbs versus Brian Cage and Dralistico. This was so much fun. I had said during this match that this was power and speed right here, a combination of the two, because you had Hobbs, who's hella powerful, Hologram, who's freaking fast, Brian Cage, powerful, Dralistico fast, a good hybrid there of wrestlers and what we saw here. This was so much fun. Powerhouse Hobbs, Hologram get the win there. But my favorite part in this was probably the Beast Mortos, essentially being a little flattered and distracted by Harley Graham, who was out there, showing her like womanly self, right? She's kind of like, distracting him a little bit. And Beast Mortos was like, oh, I don't know a little bit more about that. That's probably one of the first times we've seen Beast Mortos like really start to think twice about what he's doing out there. But this was a fun match, good performance, really enjoyed what we saw there. Let's get into Toni Storm. Toni Storm right now is coming off of one of the hottest feuds in AEW history. And no, I'm not reaching when I say that, because a lot of people that I have been seeing in the YouTube comment section, here on the chat, on social media, everybody has essentially been saying that Toni Storm and Mariah May had the best, if not the best, storyline in AEW history. So right now, Toni Storm is kind of riding on a different wavelength. The character is extremely over, as we all know. And when they did this recap video of the Mariah May and the Toni Storm feud that lasted a very, very long time, we saw everything that happened, right? I felt really sad seeing that culminate and come to an end. At Revolution, I didn't feel sad when it ended, only because I was still kind of riding from the adrenaline from the match that we had seen. So I was still in awe of their performance. But now that, it's been several days, watching that video package, I kind of got emotional about it, thinking like, damn, that's it. It's over. And of course, like all great feuds, when you have a great feud with somebody, those people are always going to be intertwined with one another. They're always going to be, their careers are somehow always going to be connected. We talk about this all the time, Rock and Austin. With AEW, it's more so like Swerve, for example, Swerve and Hangman. We're always going to associate those two guys together because of their great feud. And there are so many people like that. And with this, it's going to be Toni Storm and Mariah May will always be connected to one another. So, Toni Storm, we're wondering like, okay, Who's going to be next for Toni Storm? We kind of ran down the AEW roster during the watch along and talked about some of the possibilities. And I think a fan favorite was definitely Megan Bane. Megan Bane was a favorite because she's new, she's exciting, she's got a great look, she's a good wrestler, she looks like a zillion bucks, and you can really, really do something with her. I hope that the next couple of months, they really spend that refining and building Megan Bane as a strong heel, because right now, Toni Storm is not going to be a heel anytime soon. She is going to be a babyface. The fans love her. So you really, really need a strong heel on the opposite side of that. So I hope that AEW does spend time doing that for Megan Bane so that we can see this really become something. One of the things I had joked about on the watch along was that we are seeing the Starlets versus Wonder Woman here on AEW. And I hope that they can continue to capitalize from Toni Storm's buzz right now, because one of the things that happened that was unfortunate, I think, during AEW was that when Mariah May won the AEW World Championship, we kind of felt like some of that buzz that she had in that feud with Toni Storm kind of went away a little bit, right? And then when she started working with Toni Storm again, then suddenly there was more buzz around Mariah May once again. And I hope that we don't come to that also with Toni, because during that time with Mariah May, Toni Storm was not really on AEW. She was out there doing stuff in Mexico. She was doing other things, right? So we haven't really seen Toni Storm work on another story or have another feud as timeless Toni Storm with somebody that isn't Mariah May. So it's going to be interesting to see her work with these new characters, work with these new personalities, and find ways to tell a different story, because you can't obviously redo what you did with Mariah May. So that's going to be, it's going to take us a second to get used to. The way that I equate this to, it's like when you're done reading a really good book and you sit there and you're just like, damn, I can't move on from this damn book because I'm still stuck on it. I'm still thinking about it. I'm devoted to the characters and what I just read. And you're like in this world. And that's what they did. They sucked you into this world with Mariah May and Toni Storm. And it's going to take a second, because it was so good, it's going to take a second to kind of get out of it and shift focus. So Megan Bane definitely has a big task ahead of her and getting the fans invested in that. Mike Bailey, as we mentioned, making his AEW debut. He defeated the Beast Mortos. One of the things that I said during the watch along was that this is a Denise match right here. I was so thrilled when I realized that we were going to be seeing Mike Bailey and Beast Mortos, because we all know that Beast Mortos works very, very well. He's a great base. So you know that he works well with people who move incredibly fast, especially because he himself, even though he's a meaty fella, he also moves very fast. We knew Speedball was going to get the win. It's not only his debut, but poor Beast Mortos could never get that big win. I've been saying this since he was in the Continental Classic, and even before that, I really hope that they give some more bigger wins to the Beast Mortos, because he's usually there to kind of put other people over and make other people look good and put on entertaining matches. But at some point, you got to make sure you reward that as well. But Speedball Mike Bailey came in here looking like $1 million bucks, 10 out of 10 performance. This match was laid out perfectly to make Mike Bailey look and stand out good. We had a couple of people here in the chat who were saying that it was their first time watching Speedball Mike Bailey. And you can't forget that. You can't forget that even though AEW caters to a very hardcore wrestling audience, that there is still a lot of people that may not have the opportunities to watch indie wrestling or haven't been watching indie wrestling, and so they probably missed out on some of Mike Bailey's work, or hell, they didn't see the work that he did on TNA, and so this is their first time seeing Mike Bailey, which is obviously, you know, the perks of being in a really big promotion like AEW or WWE. So very, very cool to see Speedball in here. He's definitely going to fit in very, very well. He's probably worked most of these guys already at some point in the indie scene, and there's still a lot of guys that clearly he has not had a chance to work with too, so that's going to be fun. We got Luke Thornton here who sends in a super chat. Thank you so much, Luke. He says, feels like Mercedes and Athena is being set for All In. That's what we want to see. I hope that we are, especially because we have been seeing Mercedes and Billy Starks have these backstage interactions. Billy Starks, as you guys know, has a history with Athena over on the Ring of Honor side of things. And so a lot of people are sort of predicting that this will be Mercedes's path eventually to Athena, with Billy Starks being that person, that glue that brings them together. So, ooh, I definitely hope for it too. Thank you so much, Luke Thornton, for the super chat as well, man. That's really awesome for you. All right, let's see what else we got. We had MJF. Actually, before I get to that, let me get to the Christian Cage part. I'm going into order today. Usually I kind of hop around and talk about the biggest stories, but I'm going to go in order today. Christian Cage and Nick Wayne had this very, very intense face-off today. And for a while, the Christian Cage character, they really weren't doing that much. It was just kind of a reminder that, hey, this guy has the contract. And it was kind of getting like, oh, please, like, we don't want to see this contract thing anymore. And then everything that happened at Revolution, he goes in there, he cashes in, turns into a triple threat, and he gets beat by Jon Moxley, right? And so now we're like, all right, well, what's next for Christian Cage? At some point, we're expecting Christian Cage and Edge to reunite and have that become a thing. So, but here's the thing. In order for that to become something, in order for us to get back to Christian Cage and Adam Copeland and Edge and Christian and all of that, we got to break up the patriarchy. And clearly, they are making the steps in doing that right now, because today we saw Nick Wayne finally get irritated, finally stand up to Christian Cage, but it only lasted momentarily because Christian kind of got in his face, and the worst thing that he did was talk about his father, saying that his father didn't win championships like he did, saying his father wasn't a man the way that Christian Cage is, and all of the other things he said about his dad. And clearly that is a no-no, especially, after your father's passed, and it's just so disrespectful, right? And Shayna, for a moment, she tried to step in, but she really couldn't do or say anything. And Nick Wayne kind of just took it. He just took it. But you can tell that the whole time his anger was brewing internally at the things that Christian was saying. So I hope that Nick Wayne has the moments where, I hate to say it, someone said it in the chat earlier, so it's kind of stuck in my head now, that his balls drop and he goes out there and he F's this dude up, because you cannot have somebody talking about your father and you not going out there and defending his honor. It's kind of like the situation we saw with Hook when we wanted to see him defend Taz after all of that crazy shit that happened with Chris Jericho, right? And Chris Jericho shoving his dad. I get it. He's a young man, but he is still a man and has to come to the aid of his father. And mind you, Taz was alive and, but he has a lot of injuries, couldn't defend himself, older dude now. Cool, got it. But with Nick Wayne, I want to see him get his opportunity over Christian Cage. So we'll see what happens there. But that got really intense, man. It really, really did. It was one that had me really invested there. MJF. He goes out there and cuts the promo, and before he really says anything, he's kind of talking a little bit about Revolution. Before he really gets too much, he's quickly interrupted by MVP. And some of you are going, what? MVP? What do you mean MVP? MVP kind of runs down a little bit of his past with MJF, and he starts talking about how they knew each other, and MJF gave him a ride at one point, and during that ride, he was asking MVP all of these questions about the business, and MVP was very impressed by him. And from the looks of it, MVP wants to I don't know if he wants to bring him into the Hurt Syndicate or if they want to form some sort of alliance. I'm not really too sure because, MJF doesn't really fit in with the Hurt Syndicate. So I'm like, what is happening here? This was not what I was expecting with MJF. But here's the thing, though. I'm intrigued by it. The fact that I wasn't expecting it is making me want to see it. I want to see what the dynamic between MJF and the Hurt Syndicate would be, again, because it was not something that I, expected. It wasn't the storyline that I thought MJF was going to go into. And it leads me wondering, are we going to see something with Bobby Lashley and MJF? Because if so, I'm interested in that too. So we'll kind of see where we go from there, but that's where we're at right now with MJF and the Hurt Syndicate. Max Caster goes out there and he does his, open challenge, and these are great now. At first, I was not really feeling them. Now I kind of think that they're really fun because Max Caster is essentially getting his ass kicked each and every single week. And so Max Caster issues his challenge, and Konosuke Takeshita, who's clearly pissed off that he just took a loss to Kenny Omega, lost his championship, is not in a good place right now. He goes out there and basically whoops Max Caster's ass. But my favorite thing was that he essentially had him beat with a right hand, but he decided to keep the match going and then hits him with a Michinoku driver, and then that was the end of it. I liked the fact that he basically said, I'm not done with you. You're going to be done when I'm done with you. Willow Nightingale got a big win over Penelope Ford. This was a fun one too. And it was a little short. I think I would have liked to see a little bit more from Penelope, but I did like the ending with Willow Nightingale hitting Penelope with her pounce and getting the W there. So a strong win for Willow, especially because Willow hasn't really been seen on TV too much. She's been in this whole thing with Marina Shafir. And I haven't been too crazy about that. I don't even really consider it a feud. I know it is, and by all means, it is a feud, but it's just not to the magnitude at which I thought what we were going to be seeing by now with Willow. I did like that after the match, we did end up seeing Penelope Ford essentially hit Willow with a chair on her back. Wasn't the cleanest shot, but whatever. It happened. But Chris Statlander helps make the save, and she goes out there, and I really wasn't sure what the situation was with Willow and Chris, because the last time that I was under the impression that they were still like upset at each other. They weren't really on the same side of things. But before we can get too much going there between Willow and Chris, we then see Megan Bane appears, and she comes down and she clotheslines both Statlander and Nightingale, and then also hits Chris with the F5. So she went out there, looked like a massive Amazon woman, and she had also previously attacked Toni Storm earlier after she had cut her promo, and that was cool too, because when she attacked Toni Storm, it was following this really great promo where she even got I was talking about her, moving on from the Mariah May story into the stuff with Megan Bane. I didn't even get to mention the stuff that she said during the promo, which was basically, I don't even know how to describe it, but she's out there mentioning orgies and all of this crazy, timeless Toni Storm nonsense. But the point is that Megan Bane looked strong when she went after and attacked Toni Storm, and then also attacked Willow and Chris Statlander. So the fact that she's going out there so consistently and doing these attacks, she feels like she's starting to make a name for herself on Dynamite. So that was really cool. A thing that I got excited about here on the show was Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay coming after a match that had a lot of people talking on social media, some good, some bad, but the point is that they were talking about Will Ospreay. And Will had a pretty lengthy promo here, but it was, I don't even want to say it was a promo, because it was an interview, and it was Will basically telling a story, and he was mainly talking about like his point of view from doing the Spanish Fly off the top of the cage on Kyle Fletcher. And I love that he was talking about like the things that he was seeing in the crowd and how that moment felt, right? But then he goes to the back and he gets this call from his missus. And he's talking about how she's like really pissed off that he even did this. I love that. I love the way that Will Ospreay kind of talks about his wife, and he talks about his family. It just makes him far more relatable. So I thought that was cool. But the point is that he's calls the shot for the AEW World Championship. He's setting his sights on All In. He's seeing Kenny Omega with gold. He's seen all of these people with gold, and he wants to be one of those people as well. And we have been wondering as fans when this was finally going to happen, when we were finally going to be seeing Will Ospreay become AEW World Champion. And now I'm starting to feel good about the fact that it looks like it's going to be happening at All In. But again, I feel like I can't be too sure anymore about which direction everybody is going in. So he does say he's going to be in the Owen, by the way. So that's like, I think the first entrance we've gotten for the Owen. I don't think we've gotten any other people saying that they were going to be in the Owen just yet. So I think Will Ospreay might be the first one. And last but not least, to close out the show, we had Orange Cassidy defeat Echiseto in the AEW International Title Eliminator Tournament. Holy shit, that is a long ass name to say. very, very long. But anyways, he goes in there. He gets his win. Echiseto at one point gets him with a diving elbow drop. I thought that was really cool. But eventually Cassidy rose up Echiseto for the win. And Speedball Mike Bailey comes out and confronts Orange Cassidy. So Orange Cassidy's in it. Mike Bailey's in it. And there are still 2 more spots. I'm actually going to pull up the graphic here because where did it go? Let me see where I got this. Right here. There it is. All right, so Orange Cassidy advances. This is going to be a fatal 4-way to determine the winner to face Kenny Omega at Dynasty. So Orange Cassidy defeats Echiseto. He scores a spot. Mike Bailey defeats Beast Mortos. He scores a spot. I imagine Ricochet is going to defeat Shibata, and Ricochet is going to get that spot. And I think Mark Briscoe might defeat Mark Davis. I think Mark Briscoe will be getting that spot. But Mark Davis hasn't really been able to do much. So I can also, that one's 50-50. I guess I can also see it being Mark Davis getting that 4th spot in the Fatal 4-Way. But it's definitely looking like it's Orange Cassidy, Speedball, Ricochet, and then I'm 50-50 on Mark and on the 2 marks. I'm 50-50 on the 2 marks. And so, yeah. As for the entire victory, I have a feeling it'll be Ricochet. It's either Ricochet or Speedball. They're really the 2 top options there. As much as, a lot of people still like Orange Cassidy, I kind of feel like a little bit of his, and it doesn't feel like people are that interested right now in Orange Cassidy. I think they got to get back some buzz for him. So that's the only reason why I'm kind of disregarding him a little bit in this. Not so much so because he's still Orange Cassidy, but I just think right now with what Ricochet has been doing with Swerve Strickland, that's a really hot feud. So you want to continue what he's been doing there. He's been killing it. And then also Speedball coming in, he can come in red hot and go right into a feud with Kenny Omega. That would be pretty damn freaking good. So I can see that also being something there. But yeah, everybody, there you go. That was AEW Dynamite for today. Thank you so much to everybody who stuck around for both the watch along and the review. I seriously thank you guys for that. I know our reviews are a little bit different today because Reg was at the show, but I hope that you guys still had a good time chatting some Dynamite. And of course, we'll be back to our normal show the way we normally do it next week. But in the meantime, I will be back Friday for the SmackDown watch along. I may or may not be doing a gaming stream tomorrow for WWE 2K25. I'm still debating to see if I'm brave enough, see if I even want to do one. I feel like I should, but it's kind of like I'm struggling a whole lot with the game because I'm not a gamer, so I'm kind of struggling. I am going to be posting a video tomorrow of me playing the game, and I'm a little bit nervous about it because I'm not even sure what people want to see in this video, so I'm just going to put it up how I see fit and see what you guys say. So make sure to check it out. However, do not roast me. There are some tweaks that I'm going to make the second time around that I shoot 2K25 content, WWE 2K25 content. So keep an eye out on that because, we'll see what happens there. And that's pretty much it for this week, everyone. Make sure to check out the content that's been posted. I recently did an interview with Scott D'Amore. That's up here on the channel. I got a ton of interviews from Queen of the Ring. That's up on the channel. Check that out too. And then also the big one was the big interview that I did with Stephanie Vaquer. And she just made history last night on NXT. So if you guys want to check that out too, that is also up here on the channel. So lots and lots to see. Reminder, SmackDown will be on earlier for those that want to watch it in the international feed, which is what I will be doing. Or you can also watch SmackDown on the normal time, I believe. So make sure to check your local listings. But other than that, guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining. As always, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And thank you to everybody who hung out with us here today. Thank you, guys. Bye, everyone.